She said, hide and seek, just a little fun. But her laughing stopped when the deed was done. Tumbled him down like a sack of rose in a suitcase prison. That's how it goes. She sat on the couch with a glass of wine, ignored the suitcase when he said, I'm dying. Recorded herself with a wicked grin, said, this is what you get for being him. She said, hide and seek, just a little fun. But her laughing stopped when the deed was done. Tumbled him down like a sack of rose in a suitcase prison. That's how it goes. The jury gasped when the tape played loud. Her excuses fell flat in front of the crowd. Just a joke, she cried, but no one cared. 'Cause you can't blame the stairs when you're unprepared. She said, hide and seek, just a little fun. But her laughing stopped when the deed was done. Tumbled him down like a sack of rose in a suitcase prison. That's how it goes. Now Sarah's got time to think it through. Locked in a cell with a suitcase view. So if your love life's crazy, here's a clue. Don't play games that'll give you the suitcase blues. Hide and seek, just a little fun. But her laughing stopped when the deed was done. So if your love life's crazy, here's a clue. Don't play games that'll give you the suitcase blues.
You're listening to FFOP Radio.
Reach the Hey everybody, and welcome to the show. My name is Dave. This is FFOP Radio. Welcome to it. You sound a little bit different. Still getting over my, I got that chest thing hanging on, like Jameson likes to point out.
Got that chest thing.
Got that chest cold just hanging on there. I got the long COVID, apparently. No, but also in studio, Chris is over there.
And also sick. Hi.
Co-host and producer. That's the thing. When you get a kid, god damn, those things are like germ factories. I'll tell you. I tell you what. But so there's a couple of things I want to go over. First off, the enormous amount of interaction and love from everybody. Like, we've gained a lot of subscribers over this Thanksgiving weekend, so I appreciate that. Yes, I'm a sick son of a bitch. That's the thing. You know, just take me out back and execute me. It is. I mean, if we cross streams, Ryan, it might be contagious. But we're not that close. But yeah. So, moral of the story is, thank you so much for everybody who's been coming by and commenting and enjoying the show. I appreciate that. It doesn't help the channel. It helps me personally, because the channel, it doesn't think or feel. It helps me. I appreciate it. But so, what are we doing here tonight? You may be wondering. We're going to be going over basically it's all body cam footage of all the times the police showed up between Sarah and Jorge.
Yeah, so it's like from, I believe, I think all of it's from 2019. Like between June and September, I want to say. It was like, so the state, after the state, the thing that we watched, he had hours, 2 hours worth I recorded that I cut down to 1 and got rid of the 911 calls and stuff because they were just, I don't know how she didn't get charged with like wrongfully. I don't know. I can't think of like what the word is.
If George always gets arrested at the end, you can't be falsely reporting anything because that's.
Well, the 911 calls, she would be like, well, it's not really an emergency, but, and nothing ever came of it.
That's not even, whatever. Moral of the story is, so it's all going, yeah. So that's the thing. Like, this is something that we don't get in like a lot of cases, is like this constant interaction with the police and having documented evidence of it.
Yeah.
At least this is a new one on me. Like all the cases that I've taken and interested, there never has been like a super cut put together of all the times the police has been called. Because typically it doesn't go like that. If there's video from the scene, it's like day of, and it's because there's a camera in the laundry room or on the trailer or in the garage or whatever.
Yeah, this is all prior, and I want to know.
I got warrants.
I want to know what you think about this first body cam footage, because I want to know if you think this is Chelsea, Detective Chelsea, that is the one that shows up, because it sounds kind of like her.
It depends, because if she's a detective, she's not going to be responding to DV.
I know, but all right, yeah, you're right. That was my holdback was like. She probably wouldn't be doing this.
Yeah, Sarah, that's a good point, Jameson. Sarah Boone and Jorge Torres Jr. are like the modern day bizarro OJ and Nicole.
Yeah. They were only together for 2.5 years or something. It wasn't even a common law marriage. It was just.
Oh, I mean, that doesn't mean anything though. Like, because toxic relationships get toxic quick, and it doesn't matter how long they're in the middle of it. But yeah, so we're going to be watching a lot of body cam footage throughout and like check out, just like watch Sarah's face acting when she's not being restrained by like the rules of decorum, etiquette, and like being in front of people.
Her mouth movements is nuts.
Yeah, like if she knows that there's no judge there to shut her down for acting like a fool.
Oh yeah, Rachel, you're right. Rachel says a lot of them sound alike. The law enforcement ladies.
Yeah, and that's what happens with the dudes too, especially if they're just like beat police. Like detectives will all have their certain whatever because they've broken out of the beat cop, but like that vocabulary they have to use keeps them in such lockstep that they're all their vocal intonations and specialities just sort of fly out the window.
Yeah.
You can hear one guy be like, "Oh, can I speak outside of the vehicle for a second? Yeah, how fast you were traveling tonight, sir?" And like, you have blah blah blah. Like it's always the same sort of lockstep.
Mm-hmm. Also Florida.
Also Florida.
Permission to publish.
Okay, so yeah, let me make this big for you guys. So let's get a nice view of what was going on in 2019.
What has been entered into evidence as 22, previously V as in Victor for identification.
They had 5 folders full of stuff on a CD. Like, it was crazy.
It has 5 folders on it. It is a DVD.
Like, I there's probably some bureaucratic reason for the folders, like maybe they're on certain dates or whatever.
It's dates and stuff, yeah.
But like, just what's up, Matt? But it just feels like they're like, I've got 5 folders worth, like on a CD, everything can fit in a single folder. Like
Correct.
It's not like he's holding up, like, look at how much physical data this is. Like, we split them into 5 folders, Your Honor. Like, all right.
Yeah.
Split it into 100. The Commodore 64 could do like fucking 128 on a disc. Like, what do you want, a cookie?
Going into the first folder, OCSO 18-067501.
Looks like he dyes his eyebrows, the judge.
Audio or video
He might.
files.
This first one, Your
He was
Honor,
a good
is going
judge,
to be a
though.
video file
Okay, let's go ahead and dim the lights, please. Thank you.
Dim the lights, put the popcorn ready.
for record
You just hear it
purposes.
popping in the background.
How are the CD visor deals? Oh, hell yeah.
0154-2.
Let me just get out my CD wallet, Your Honor. Oh, my great, yeah. Could
Those
you
binders.
imagine? But maybe that was the thing you had to do. Like, imagine being a lawyer and having like a 50 CD wallet, like flipping through all your cases.
Oh, yeah.
But there was no time in which that could exist, right? Like, that's very steampunk. Because by the time we had like video, it was all connected to the internet, it was saved in like the cloud somewhere.
Yeah.
So you would have to be in that perfect like Star Wars-esque like LED CRT punk where like everybody has a camera and is just like burning all their shit to discs. Yeah. I don't know, whatever.
You may proceed, sir.
I had to scrub out a lot of driving and walking.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of body cam footage simply because, like, there's no decorum. There's no, like, in an interrogation, there's, like, stuff being learned. Like, body cam footage, by and large, like, the good stuff is like a unicorn. Like, where the person just comes out and admits to what they're doing, or, like, they catch something in the act. Mostly it's just people yelling at each other, or, like, talking over each other.
Rachel says, I don't know if Judge Kranick knows this, but he sentenced Sarah's brother a few years ago.
Whoa, could you imagine? That's like that one
What'd he do?
video of the like the criminal who comes in front of the judge, and they were like in the same middle school together. And he
Crazy.
starts crying. Yeah, imagine.
Could you
like,
imagine?
Don't do shit, guys, because, like,
You don't know who's going to do what.
not only, yeah, that's the thing. Like, you will, you know, if you get caught, like, that'll suck. But there's a chance that, like, the people you used to know are out there, and, like, what the shit, man.
Ryan says, I always hate body cam footage when they have loud vibrating noise in it. Oh, there's a lot of wind in Florida, so be prepared.
Are you referring? Okay, so that zzz, zzz, that you hear all the time in body cam footage is it's physical feedback to let the officer know that it's still recording.
Oh.
Like, that's an intentional feature. Like, that's another reason I don't like it, because it has to be in every piece of Axon film or whatever body cam you use. They have to go zzz, zzz, to let because that's the thing. A lot of times in these, you know, and you've seen it too, I'm sure, a lot of times in these sketchy cases, like, there's one where it's like, should we turn our body cams off? And, like, 5 dudes are, like, looking at each other. What do they go? Turn them off. And they all go, you know. So that's the thing. I'm sure that was a police, like,
Cover your ass kind of thing?
yeah, but I mean, like, not like internal affairs, but like something like their unit rep was like, we need something to let our cops know that it's on, because we don't want them. Hello.
Yeah.
We'll catch the criminals. We don't want to do this.
Sarah's brother's a perv and a drunk who pees on things. Look at her. Like, so they had a hard time with a lot of these videos getting the sound to start. Like, a couple minutes into these body cam footages, the guy finally realized to, like, hit unmute or
Yeah, like, that's what always is. Tibbs TV did that too. Now, Ryan, this was actually a free sample I got from somebody, so no. And also, Rachel, thanks for being here. First time listener, long time caller, right? Does he pee on petunias? The IUD department. I'm going with internal affairs.
listen to her voice.
He let loose on my ass tonight, and I'm not having it. Okay. I got kicked in the face. Okay. Kicked in the face.
This sounds like Chelsea.
Kicked in the face.
Okay.
You know if there's no guns, anything. No. Okay. So we were having a really good day, and we went across the street to Muldoon's.
Always having a good day.
Fine and Sandy, and
Yeah, I can't tell you how many good days Chris and I've had that ended in like DV charges. I don't even have enough fingers. Like, how do you live like that? Like, I don't know, man. I can't imagine. But that's the thing. When you're the boiling frog in the slowly heating milk, right? Mm-hmm. Like, Sarah and George, jumped into that bath, and it all just seems normal, which is so depressing.
Hello, Maxwell.
Chelsea Clinton became a cop, yeah.
Came in there and got so mad, because I asked for a cigarette.
He was mad, so mad.
My license, my debit card, and everything. Cigarettes, everything. Took everything. Okay. So I asked someone for a
That's all I have is cigarettes and a debit card, Your Honor.
cigarette. And it happened to be a guy. So he walked in and got super pissed because I asked for a cigarette from another guy. I came home. Mind you, my car is across the street.
Not to keep stopping so often, but Jesus Christ, there's so much to unpack. Like, cigarettes are a currency, not just to like criminals, like just smokers out in the wild who don't commit crimes. Like cigarettes are something to be coveted and held onto. So I understand like how often they come up in conversation, but I mean, people live and literally die by cigarette consumption in some cases.
Yep.
Like if you smoke someone's cigarette that you weren't supposed to, you sometimes put your life on the line. And you wouldn't see that same thing for like a meatball sub, for instance. Like you wouldn't, there's no other thing out there that's like a commodity. 'Cause,
Right.
like, what could it be? But like, I don't know. It's so weird to me because like I'm not a smoker, so maybe that's it. And maybe if you are a smoker, I have no vices. Like I drink every now and again, but if I gave something up, I don't feel like I would have to murder someone if I had like a small satchel of it somewhere and someone took some. It just seems like, you know, like David Cross sticking his head out the window in Run Ronnie Run, being like, "Don't smoke my cigarettes, bitch." Like that plays itself out thousands of times across America, you know, the land of the free and the home of the brave, every fucking day. Don't touch my cigarettes, bitch. It's just like, it should be a ringtone. You don't want to get blood on the rug, your mom will shoot you, Maxwell.
Let loose.
Okay.
That's the weekend. You come home, you drink a little, you let
Please
loose.
open the door. What happens from there?
I'm a whore.
I'm a
Start calling
whore.
names? Okay.
Does this thing look like there's a, like, is that a basketball hoop?
Yes.
Jorge threw up like a little Nerf thing in front of their porch light.
I imagine it's Lucas's.
But why is it there, right? Like
They don't have. Where else are they going to put it? They're in a condo.
anywhere but in front of a light. Like the things you don't want to do when you're playing or when you have kids playing basketball or baseball or whatever, hitting lights, windows, glass shit. So to put the hoop like essentially hanging on the light seems like, you know, the I'm a whore. Seems like the, you know, the logic of a drunk.
Yeah, this was rough for me to edit too, Rachel, because I hate her flirting and her whining.
Yeah, she's a terrible person.
I need you in the face. Okay, I need you to elaborate. Like,
In the face.
You walk into the
That's what
house.
she said.
Did you start
Kick me
arguing?
in
You started
the
calling me
face.
names. You said he was
No,
God, that sounds like Detective Chelsea.
And I walked to the back. I just wanted to smoke a cigarette and just go to sleep. I just literally wanted to smoke a cigarette. I'm gonna go to sleep.
Like the thing about Sarah, like viscerally, like I can't back this up intellectually, but when Sarah is like on screen or you hear her or you think about her, she's like a Gorn or something, or a Sleestak, right? Something like a reptilian anthropoid where like, you know, like sometimes you'll see on Facebook like animals turned into humans and like there'll be a lizard that looks like a fancy dude or whatever. Like if they did the reverse of that and there was like a picture of Sarah, she would look like, you know, some sort of scraggly Chinese water dragon or some, you know, maybe like a fat-tailed gecko with like really big jowls or whatever.
Oh, I was thinking more like a skinny, like a subway rat, but not skinny.
Well,
But
she comes to me anyway. She comes across, even though her skin is leathery like an old mule, or you know, a goblin. She comes across more reptilian because she's like so conniving.
sure, yeah.
It's not like it's more based on like a gut feeling in her personality. She just feels like a little Sleestak that comes out of like a cave to be like, yeah, and like grab a Magnum bottle of Beaujolais and, you know, a pack of Marlboro Reds and skulk back down to Middle Earth.
As you're making your way to the back, what
I
happened?
got caught on the stairwell.
You got caught on the stairwell. So he caught you on the stairwell. And what did he
The Roadrunner
confront you?
cartoon?
Started confronting you, telling you anything? What happened?
That's a caveat.
And every time they're like, "Were you drinking tonight?" And she's like, "One drink."
It was bad.
Okay.
I guess if you don't ever pour out of the bottle into
Yeah.
a glass and you just drink from it, that's one drink.
I don't want him to get in trouble, but fuck, I'm tired of being beaten up.
Okay. I understand. I'm trying to help you out, but
I know you are. I know you
I
are.
need you to elaborate a little bit. So,
I swear
in the
to God.
stairwell,
Drag
She
me
sounds a
down.
little bit like Detective Chelsea. Her accent's a little off. I don't know. It's reading very like Wisconsin a little bit, like middle America to me.
Oh, the Middle North.
She's from the middle north, came to Florida to hit it big.
Try to get in the
They
bed.
wore shoes.
I just wanna
There
go to
was a
sleep.
Mucinex commercial that had critters kind of like her.
Right. Or
they
like
were
that goddamn it, this is gonna come up again, but that like toe foot fungus Lamicil?
Lambicil.
Labradiddle. I don't remember what it was called, but that yellow little cheese goblin, or like the cheddar goblin from what was it, Mandy or whatever.
I didn't make the bed. I didn't make the bed.
Sarah's a cheddar goblin. Just vomits mac and
Like
cheese
in the
at
hallway?
Lucas. No,
Beating
North.
the fuck up.
Blah, blah, blah.
How many drinks have you had tonight, Sarah? No, about 10 dozen of them.
You said yes, you were
That's
not.
what it is. That's what it is.
My mom's gonna take my Magnum bottle and just completely throw it away.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, how did you get to the floor? Did he push you? Did he pull you?
I'm a whore.
How?
Normally what I do
Wants
is,
to
because
run
he does it so often, I just go to the floor.
Magnum of Woodbridge.
So I'm pretty sure I don't really recollect. I went to the ground. I went to the ground.
I went to the ground, your officerness.
No, that's fine. I don't mind.
Your Highness.
So you went down to the ground.
Yes,
I took a knee, classic meme reference, guys. Policeman.
I do.
Did he kicked you with what? Do you recall which
Oh, I
foot?
took an arrow to the knee. I took a knee.
Oh, sorry, this is
I fucked up
2018.
the meme.
Right.
Right foot. Okay.
Heel.
His heel. Okay. And you
Is
say
this when he stabbed you with that pen? You had to have leg surgery?
Cigarette. Because he
Cigarette.
left my ass in my car across the street.
And we smoke in the
You said
house
you've
in
been
all of these
together for about a
videos,
year?
but we don't. We're not supposed
A
to.
year and a half. Okay. Live together, obviously. Okay.
Coffer at the scene or in the court?
In the court.
Of course he's in the court.
Blah, 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 but
The entire trial, he was there.
Everybody coughs. Why do they always invite one cougher? Like, Jesus, guys.
I know. I'm just trying to.
this stop. And I could have worked tomorrow.
Do you want the fire department to come out and check you out? No? Okay.
I got to go to work tomorrow.
Do you want to press charges?
It's 2018. She may have had a job.
You can smoke a cigarette if you want.
You have the right to remain lit.
Can I talk to you though?
You're talking to me by myself.
What do you think?
I don't want to be taken. Please let me figure out the police.
So you don't want to press charges? Okay.
But
Do
you
you want
did
to
wanna
fill
call
any
us.
paperwork? Do a statement?
Make us
No?
come down here.
Okay. Smoke a cigarette, sit down, smoke a cigarette.
Your Dr. Pepper's inside.
I know.
You guys have actually been out here twice now. Look at this shit. Looking for my shit all the time.
Did this happen today?
Yes.
Okay. Alright. Yeah, I see it. It's ripped and
You've probably come across this type of person in your actual life, I am sure. But the type of drunk who, and maybe not they're drunk all the time, but when they do get drunk, they're this type of person where they go from like a whimpering, like wet kitten you just pulled out of a storm drain to like a honey badger ready to bite your balls off.
Oh, yeah.
Like that for no reason. I can't cut people out of my life fast enough like that. Because like, whatever, the Romans may have had their finger on the pulse of humanity when they said in vino veritas, right? Because when your inhibitions go, whatever's left, that's you, I pretty much feel. So, like, you guys have seen me plastered on more than one occasion. That's basically who I am all the time. But, like, some people are just like, I just, go crazy. And, like, those are the type of people who have no accountability. Because if you know you're like, Dr. Jekyll, he knew that when he took the medicine that he created, he'd become Mr. Hyde. Yet he did it. He took the medicine, the poison, the whatever, transformed into the homunculus, and ran amok through London, R-wording people and murdering an old dude on a bridge. So where does the culpability start, right? Like, do you think when Sarah is sober, she just forgets? Like, because that's the thing. I remember things when I get drunk. And even if you're a blackout drunk, you're not going to be blackout all the time. You're going to wake up the next day and go like, oh, man. But you don't care at that point because that's who you are. Like, like you just drank away your social, I don't know what you call it. Like the things that you have to implore at the minimum to get along in society.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, what a tangent.
I just bought this yesterday.
Shut up,
Sit
Sarah.
down, smoke a cigarette. Do your thing. No, it's fine. Do you have an ID with you?
How many times do you want to apologize for last
We'll
night?
go find
I
out.
know my number if you want it.
No, that's perfect. Go for it.
B500-791-77870-0.
Empire.
870-0.
Okay. First name is spelled S-A-R-A-H. Do you have a middle name?
Catherine. Kathryn.
Catherine Boone at gmail.com.
Oh, we find out her email address and
Oh, you think you're going to hit it up?
oh, I
Not for nothing. Like, this just struck me. Now that you're like, cool, she's got an email. Like, obviously, she's probably going to have, like, some sort of privileges in prison, maybe, like with pen pals and stuff. Do you think she's going to have, like, male suitors who are going to want to come nail that?
yes. I mean, there's women who went and like wanted to bang.
Here's the thing, though. There's even though we don't want to talk sexist about things and people, like, there are such things as like murder bunnies, but
Right.
like all the people who thirst after, you know, the murderous thirst traps of like, you know, pick your favorite true crime personality: Gypsy Rose, Jodi Arias. Oh God, what's her face? I always confuse her with Jodi Arias.
Casey Anthony.
The guy the girl who shot Ryan in the face. She's saying Amazing Grace. I can't remember her name. She's like, I gave him the nose job. Like, those chicks I get because, like, barring their insanity, like, dudes, you know, dudes are dudes, and attractive women will get that. And so it's not hard to see why that happens. Like, women will make sacrifices on looks for other qualities. Men are a lot more shallow by and large. So I don't see a lot of dudes on the outside looking at Sarah.
Well, maybe. I don't know. It depends. Oh yeah, it is a Yahoo. I was surprised it was Yahoo. I was waiting for like a Hotmail or whatever.
Hotmail
Yeah.
too. She's old enough, and like, guys, Hotmail. Like, what? You gonna give it a Juno address? You're embarrassing yourself.
I see the birth.
10.
Ten.
I get it. So you can't stay behind anymore. Do you have a telephone number?
407.
407?
We hear her phone number like 8,000 times in these two.
8684.
It's like a baseball hat cutout or something. Is that a ghost?
It's a ghost.
1-800-20.
Oh yeah, Jameson. Juno. I had to like log in and hit connect.
No,
Mail would come.
I get it. Sit down, smoke your cigarette, try to relax a little bit. I'm going to take pictures of you in a little bit. All right?
Photo shoot.
No problem.
Now publishing a
Yes, angry internet trolls. International angry internet trolls.
Oh. Well, here's the thing. Maybe she'll be catfished or whatever, but I don't know. I don't ever say that there's never a chance. There's probably, you know, some dudes out there who are like all horned up over Sarah, as weird as that is. But like, it just feels like it would happen to a lesser degree.
video labeled 19-054917_BAT_DV.
I'm reporting you to Yahoo. Leave me alone.
This has a bat reference because it's _BAT.
Bat reference. Are you bat reference?
Really, Marco?
I mean, Sarah.
Get out of here.
Marco. Eli and Kim. Eli and Kim, right, guys? Now Marco with his bullshit.
What's going on? You called?
Oh wow.
Billy Polo.
We're gonna have a lot of footage of this white SUV.
It's like a Traverse. A Chevy Traverse. Am I right? Am I wrong? Internet?
We'll be shot.
Oh, puppet show. It's like
Hey.
Plato's Cave or whatever.
He's awfully, I actually got him awfully pleased because I don't want him here.
You guys
I don't
are
think I'm gonna get in
illegally.
trouble. Listen, hey, if I tell you something, will I get in trouble for it? I'll smoke weed. God, it's a fucking murder case. God damn, like, you think that's gonna be like, oh, whoa! Brett.
Brett.
Can I be honest with y'all? I smoke weed. I was there smoking weed in the house, playing video games all day. Brett, you fucking retarded? He says that.
This is a cop that she flirts with. Eventually.
You want to press charges?
Can I have a hug?
What charges do I need to press?
I'd like you to press your charge against me, officer.
What's your relationship, man?
It's complicated. That's the kind of, what's your relationship? Like, here's how you know if you're talking to a scumbag, right? If they go like, are you in a relationship? And it's not like a quick yes or no. If they go, well, don't get with that person. Like, are you fucking serious? But if that's your thing, you're going to fuck up. But especially when you hear it at a crazy time like this, where it's like you're in a job interview and you go, what's your relationship status? You go, oh, it's complicated. You know, don't try to like bang everybody who just like sort of waddles into your view and the cops are called on you.
What's the date on this one? 6/15/2019?
2019, yeah.
So that's a current relationship?
It's I can't deal with this shit.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Dad.
When's the last time he stayed the night at your house?
Every night.
2 weeks ago,
2 weeks ago?
and he figured it out.
Okay. So why is he over here today?
Can't deal with this one the other. That's what he told me.
Okay. So
And you didn't like try to lure him anyway, Sarah? Probably not.
Never.
Never. No. Like he's not here in 2 weeks, and suddenly just out of the blue he wants to hang out with you again after making a clean break.
I don't believe it.
you're not like that.
Tell me, well, fuck no.
Okay.
He's mad because I went out with my girlfriend.
Okay.
And she introduced me to another gentleman.
Gentleman.
He's not a gentleman. He's not a gentleman.
That's another hilariously I don't know, hypocritical is the right word, but like it's antithetical. It feels like I don't hear the word like gentleman as much as I do in like true crime stuff where it's like I was being visited by a gentleman, like or like in any other parlance, like outside of law enforcement, it's like a John meeting a hooker to turn a trick, but it's like, well, I was the lady of the evening and she was meeting a gentleman. They were making parlance.
Tommy O'Mahony.
Sarah Mahoney, the alley baloney.
Sarah Boone could get the Libertarian Party to admit the government does need to just take certain annoyances. Annoyances.
I brought this up before, but if you're a perpetual nuisance, I feel like we shouldn't have to deal with that. Like if there's so many loopholes or whatever, there's so little. But then again, like we're putting so many people in jail for so many crimes right now. Like I get why it can't happen logistically. It just feels frustrating that. Because like how many true crime cases have you seen where like they were in a jail and like at the end of this documentary the parents are just like, if only someone gave a fuck enough to stop them before they murdered my daughter, my son, my whatever, my parents. But we go, oh well, you know, if you're just a perpetual nuisance, we gotta wait till. I feel like you should be building up points somewhere. I realize that's like
it's a point system.
I don't actually like that idea, but like as a part of the public, I like that idea. I feel like it's horribly Orwellian, like on a nuts and bolts scale mechanically. But like something like just for the peace of mind of everybody in Sarah Boone's complex, at least, right? Like where something has to be done where we go like as a society, we can't just keep taking these people like wiping their boots on society's face. Time after time after time.
And there's, you know, in this compilation, I think it might be this police officer comes back again for another call. And he's like, oh, right. Hey, I remember you guys.
And it's like, I kind of see why, because it's like, well, the criminal justice system is flooded with like actual criminals. But on top of that, like this is the type of shit that happens to lolcows. Like on top of having to deal with actual shit, like they're having to SWAT Cyrax or King Cobra or Johnny Elbows or all these other fucking weirdos. So I don't know, I get it, but it's still like hyper annoying.
The problem is we agree on the points scale, but the second we let the government control it, we're in the Hunger Games or Running Man in a week.
I don't know, man. Like if you're saying we is in like mob justice, like I don't know if that would, typically mobs aren't the smartest governing bodies, but like, the government okayed like hanging and shooting and cyanide gas and the electric chair and shit. I imagine there could be legislation for like perpetual nuisance legislation. I don't know.
Okay, then what happened?
Is this the cop she keeps trying to get to sit next to her? No, this is his partner. So he's in the sedan, and I think he's like a younger dude. This guy that's talking to her. The older guy that comes in the SUV that takes her statement is the one that she's like, "Come sit next to me," and he's like, "I sit all day, ma'am. No, thank you." I think his name was Jeff or
What did
something.
he do? Did he push you? Was he slapping you? Was he punching you?
High five you too hard.
Okay, you have to kind of explain to me what happened. You have to tell me like step by step. Okay, so you threw you into the car.
Even scumbags, like when they're answering questions to cops, like when it's in their benefit to answer it the right way, they still don't do it. Like it's usually a 4 or 5 step pattern to get information. When they go, "Hey, where were you today?" Cop, question 1. Suspect, "Where was I today?" Cop, "Yeah, what were you doing today?" "Today I was, well, what time today?" "Start from the beginning of the day." Well, typically don't say typically, start at the, right?
Yeah.
So I get that when you don't want to give them information, that ping pong of like being an obtuse, like intentional dumbass. I get that. Sarah is like the one who called the cops in this scenario, I imagine, right? 'Cause
Everyone.
why would the cops be there otherwise? Like Jorge is going to be like, but like, even when it's in Sarah's best interest to answer a question directly, it's always like, okay, well, what did he do to abuse you? Of course, if you're lying, you can't answer. But to go like, huh? That's another thing. If you don't want to like restate the question, you might give yourself a little extra time and pretend like you didn't hear it first. So you can add another step to this process.
Get your
And
wheels
Sarah,
turning.
like, "Hey, what did he do to you that fucked you up?" Huh? "Are you hurt? How did he hurt you?" "How did he hurt me? Oh boy, now we got another step in this ladder."
There was a closet involved.
Right? Okay, you're upstairs. You threw you into the closet doors. Did anything break when you threw you in there?
My head.
That's a good reference, Thomas. Yeah, and that's what the thing. It does feel sometimes that these people are energetic entities that are like annoyance vampires. Like they just sort of cause chaos, and like the more they ruffle other people's feathers, the more it feeds them somehow.
Yeah.
No. Okay, but you said you don't need the fire department?
No. I just have really bad luck.
I'm not on
And
fire.
I'll go away because I'm used to it.
I'm just really lonely,
Okay, let me
officer.
see. Where is it? Can you just put your hair back a little bit?
Yeah, she's got a lump on her head.
I can feel it.
Yeah, I see it.
I'm not gonna touch you.
No. I just, because he's not on the lease anymore, I know that he can't.
Oh
I
yeah.
got him off the
At this point, he's off the
lease.
lease.
He's not come on me anymore.
What a bitch.
And I'm trying to get him out of here. And
I'm trying to get him out of here.
he'll be here every day. And I had a guy who come home.
Hey, could you guys turn down the War Drums album?
There's another exit to the apartment, so he could be gone.
The psychological
Just someone in the background using his taser to try and speed things up. Tase in the
go.
air.
store, and doing that. He said I might have called the police, which I had done 4 times. You're the 4th one.
Okay.
Oh, 4.
He's gonna have to walk, but I have a feeling he's upstairs now.
He's gonna hop the wall, but I have a feeling he's upstairs.
I'm going to, but I'm going to have to try to get somebody else here. What's his name?
George,
George?
I'm sitting here.
Okay. And I have to ask this too. When's the last time you guys slept together?
Had sex?
No, when was the last time you guys fell asleep on the couch watching an episode of Poirot?
Oh wait, your TV's broken.
Idiot. When was the last time you guys passed out drunk on the floor?
3 weeks
Yes,
ago?
Okay.
3 weeks ago, but he hasn't been here in 2 weeks.
But you guys are kind of on and get off again. And you're saying as of right now you're off. But
I don't like being off.
Okay, but within like the last 2 or 3 weeks you guys were dating.
I mean, basically.
No.
I'm gonna say no. We just had sex.
But at least there was some expectation.
He's like
There's an expectation in
I'm gonna say no. Like this isn't a game show. It's not, do you want to be a millionaire? And you go, oh, the 4 answers I'm going to say. And you pick one. Like when it's a matter of truth or lies, and the person goes, I'm going to say, you know, they're going to say a lie. It's like you're at the bridge with the 2 trolls, and one always tells the truth and one always lies, but only it's Sarah there. And it's obvious because every. Yeah.
When he came over.
No.
But you said
No. We were going to try and figure it out.
Oh, P to V, actually.
No.
What charges can I pass?
Right now, what did he say? He just hit you with hands and feet and pushed you?
I got a heel on my face.
Heel on my
You keep
face.
getting upset.
She takes a lot of facial abuse. In the last video, she got a couple of kicks in the face last time, too.
She just loves it.
You think George is like Eddie Gordo from like Tekken 4 and he's constantly like capoeira, like spinning around the house, just slapping her in the face like a slapstick comedy, like his Naked Gun?
But you're not really giving me the information I need. I'm
That's
asking you
weird,
to kind of
right?
walk me through what happened, okay? Because I don't know. I wasn't there, okay?
Listening to her whine and lie is
upstairs.
between dramatic and calm makes me so happy to know she's in prison now.
All right, because no one's
That's why I
listening.
didn't know
This
what you
is
did.
why I have all of this over here, is because he continuously talks to me and he strangled me multiple times.
Today?
Yes.
Okay.
He put his heel in my face.
He strangled me multiple
I
times.
couldn't breathe.
He kept coming back for more. He was a strangling machine. And, you know, now I'm listening to this, and all we can do is listen as we watch this Chevy Traverse rock back and forth.
Yeah.
She sounds exactly like Francine drunk.
Oh, yeah.
Like, watch American Dad. Any of the episodes where Francine gets drunk, I thought, you're laying it on a little thick. And here it is, IRL. And I go, I'll have to eat my words on that shit.
It's a fucking Tybo conference in that
Oh,
house.
hell yeah. Yeah, he's Billy Blanks and all over the place.
Consciousness?
Oh, no, I didn't lose. I just couldn't breathe.
There's another guy.
But how long was he strangling you for?
8 minutes.
Oh,
Simon, tell me.
off of me.
Hey.
Okay.
What?
Look, can I tell you something before you call him whatever?
I love you, officer.
I've been arrested before because I fought back. He has for whatever it is. It's not me.
Did he hit you with any, like an object or anything?
That'd be the first thing on my mind is like if I called to like report a crime committed against me, I'd be like, hey, before you go, like, I am not a criminal. I'm not. I am the victim. Like, isn't like that's not even a red flag. It's like a red banner the size of China. They're flying over your house. And you go, oh, good.
He threatens me with a bat.
Hit me with his heel.
The bat.
I'm talking about that. Did you pick up a baseball bat and threaten you?
Did he try to force you into a suitcase?
Okay.
Oh, foreshadowing?
Tell me about that. How far away were you when he had the bat? How
I was
close
in the
were you?
bedroom.
And where was he?
In the bedroom.
Was there anything in between you guys at the time?
My dog.
The comforter.
Just the dog, and how close was it to you? Couple feet, 3 feet?
3 feet.
Okay. And how was he holding the bat?
Like Casey Jones.
Like, what do you mean? Was it down by his side? Was it up like this? Like, how was it?
He had it clutched between his legs, officer. I think you know where. He was making thrusting motions. I was afraid for my life.
He's gonna swing.
So he had up?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
She does, like, that's the thing. Yeah, it's not just bulldog gels, it's like the Nixon gels.
Yeah.
Holding the bat?
I dare you.
Okay. And what do you mean by that?
Because I technically left him 2 weeks ago, which is why he's not here now. And he's not because I have friends. I have friends.
I have friends.
And my
officer.
friends
I'm a
want
straight
me
A
to get
student.
out of my gloomy, doomy bullshit. So they try to introduce me to nice gentlemen. Whom he
More
is not.
gentlemen.
Oh, he is not. He can't hear you, Sarah.
So he's holding the baseball bat. He's in 3 feet. You guys are up in the bedroom.
Your girlfriends are kind of get you with sensitive gentlemen. Moving
He
along.
says, I dare you. Okay. And you were scared. Correct?
I'm still scared, so that's why I'm having time to car.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to go see if I can get him to come out. Alright? If not, this is your place, right?
He's not gonna leave.
Okay. And we
Talk
have,
to the party members. I had taken off the leave.
Yeah, established, Sarah.
I just want to make sure I can walk in.
O'Neill. Tell me what's going on.
There's George.
So really quick, like another anachronism, like this little thing, you can't really see it here because it's barely in frame, but it looks like a little Easter flag or something. to
Yeah, some
celebrate
kind
a
of like a
holiday.
welcome flag or whatever.
And like, on what planet, like when or where, who of the two of them, like was walking through a Meijer, an Osco, a Kmart, a
Publix.
Target, or Publix, or what? Yeah, Publix. And they go, Sarah, like in a. But here's the thing.
When she wasn't drunk.
But no, not even that. Like the amount of time and energy to like have the idea, even if it's off the cuff at a Publix, right? And she goes, "Oh boy, an Easter flag," to get it and bring it home. And then it doesn't just sit in the package on the table or behind the couch or whatever. Like it gets open and put and it's like waving in the wind. Like, I know that Sarah's always blowing herself, like with the straight A student, she always knows what to do and how to do it. But I'm still here living in the reality of I'm actually a little bit shocked that there's a bit of decoration in the front yard. Like this is a family where she's talking about how Jorge gets on Lucas's bike and falls all over the parking lot. And then you go, where do those like train wrecks of the human race live? And you look over, there's like little welcome it's Easter flag blowing in their front yard next to the basketball hoop they hung on their porch light for some reason.
Rachel goes, where were these friends during the trial? Why did they have that dang... Oh, yeah, that poor old lady.
It was they had the sister had the traveling pants and they all traveled away.
Oh, she got that
later,
flag
Sarah.
with Marlboro miles.
Oh yeah, but then who's like that's the thing. Anything you say Sarah does, like that takes anything above just like getting her Social Security check or alimony and like walking to a Publix to get a Magnum bottle, like anything above that she does, I just want to stand up and be like that one guy at the end of the golf movie is like, who gets the like crowd applauding,
Right.
Like, if Sarah were to make it back without a bottle of wine, but just like a gas station turkey sandwich and like a squirt, the whole neighborhood erupts in applause.
Ryan says, off the cuff at Publix. This is the new title of his album. Mm-hmm. Rachel says, like, that's where she used her fleeting moments of sobriety, hanging Easter flags.
That's what I'm saying. Like
in June.
It has to happen. I mean, it obviously did happen, unless like a neighbor came by and like this is the lowest like high positivity or lowest energy, highest positivity prank ever.
It's
like you
just
sneak onto the drunk's front porch to be like, "Happy Easter." You run off into the night.
Gotcha, bitch.
Because she called me.
Straight A
So
student
tell me, you want
lives
to tell me
here.
what's going on? Where are these cuts on your neck?
Some of this is hard to understand because he's shit-faced.
Yeah, she's over there.
Did you want to talk to me about the cuts on your neck?
Yeah, not really.
Yeah,
Okay,
not
do me
really.
a favor, turn around. Put your hands down.
So
This time
it's been like, yeah, I can Sarah cut my neck. Like, take her to jail.
they arrested him with no shoes and no shirt on and just put him in the back of the cop
They
car.
always do that. They don't care. Like they wouldn't let Cyrax grab his grandmother's slippers if she hadn't run out there with them. But like,
Toward the end of these videos, like the last video, because they basically already knew who he was and everything, they like helped him get dressed.
well, like he in this, he said like there was very little to see and feel in this interaction.
Yeah.
But like it automatically just reeks of him being a beaten man.
Yep.
Like the police officer, because like I've been in a situation like that where I was driving through town and a guy decided to turn left in front of me when I had the green because he thought he had a green arrow. I don't know how he thought that. And my car was 40 feet long and white, just plows into me and like just fucks up my whole day. So you know, and it was kind of a dickhead because he's like, hey, what the fuck? And I was like, dude. So the cops show up and he was kind of a dick to them. And as they were taking stock, like they were giving me that whole like, anything else broken in the car? Anything else we can report that you would need reported to insurance?
Does your back hurt?
Like, yeah. Like trying to like, cause you know, whatever. Like being the you know, I can't give you legal advice. I can't lead you this way or that, but like you can ask questions. Like this cop was breaking his back to be like, what's up with your neck? Let's talk about the scratches on your neck. Hot on the heels of Sarah being like, I don't want to go to jail for something I didn't do.
Yeah.
Like, and that's the thing. Like most dudes know how to game the system, so he could have just been like, get a jail free card. She cut my ass up. Take her away. Or at the very least, take her away too, to be spiteful and vindictive. But he's just like, nah, man. Like, she tried to rip my jugular out, but I ain't a snitch. He's a broken man.
Yeah, 100%.
It's sad and pathetic.
Yeah. I want to talk to Jorge to save himself, like Randy Quaid talked to his dad.
Frequency. Yeah. Too bad Jorge was not a ham radio enthusiast. He could have called himself in the past to be like, stand up for yourself or you're going to die.
What?
And she's like forever, like across the street, just like yelling at him.
Hey, baby,
talking.
my cigarettes, bitch.
Why am I getting cuffed up, sir? Why am I getting cuffed? Come on in. Yeah, why am I getting cuffed up?
Your Easter flag's askew.
We'll talk about it outside, okay? Your weapons on you? No. I know.
I barely have any clothes on.
You've been drinking today? Yeah. Okay. A lot or a little bit? Like
Jorge was street. He was dealing with Sarah, who's mall.
some of it, how very easy, okay? I'm just kidding.
Never
You
come
can't do
back,
that, no,
batch. Yeah. When Sarah's drunk, she does sound a little bit like shoes or like like your top. What's her fucking a great reference? 25-year-old reference, but like shoes. Oh my god, you know that's Sarah.
Ask your question, okay? You have the right to remain silent.
She's just a mean girl.
Anything you say will be used in court as evidence against you. Do you understand that? You are entitled to talk
I mean,
to
the
an
words,
attorney
yes,
now
but I'm not
and present now
internalizing
at
it. That
any
means
time
I'm
during
going to
the
talk
question.
to you.
Understand that?
Yeah.
If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed to you without cost. Do you understand that? Yes. Okay. Do you desire to consult with an attorney first or have one during this interview? Yes or no? Okay. If at any time hereafter you wish to remain silent and have an attorney present, all questioning will be stopped. Do you understand? Yes. Okay. Has anyone at any time threatened, coerced, promised you anything in order to induce you to make a statement?
Oh Lord.
Okay. Do you understand these rights as I read them to you? Yes. Okay. Do you wish to talk to me at this time? Yes. Okay.
Yes.
So, tell me what happened today. What is going on?
You can't answer a question with a question, Jorge. Tell me what happened today. What is going on? That's what he's trying to figure out, fool.
She said that you hit her.
No honor
and
among
you
Valley
choked her.
girls.
Yeah, there's no honor among Valley girls and no respect among scumbags.
No, sir. No, sir. Okay, she's got a lump
This is
on
going
her.
great.
How'd she get the lump on her? I don't know. She just take me in. I don't know. I don't know.
Why are questions so hard to answer for people? As a lifelong question asker and a eternally frustrated, never getting a fucking answer person, it's incredibly. I'm not even in law enforcement. Like I'm not paid to
law
get my
enforcement?
questions answered. You know, I'm not the 5-0. Like if you ask me if I'm law enforcement, I'll be honest and tell you because I'm bound by the rules of the land to be like, no, I'm not a cop. You asked, swear on a book of or a stack of Bibles. I don't know, man. Sometimes I can't handle this shit.
Did you push her, hit her, anything like that?
No, not at all.
Okay, how did she get the lump on her head?
I don't know.
She probably hit her head against that white Traverse.
I was trying to get my ID and my social and my birth certificate. And she's not trying to give me that.
Okay, but obviously you've been here for a little bit. I mean, your
Law
shirt's off,
enforcement?
you've been drinking,
Or are you associated with law enforcement?
and so you didn't want to just come over here and get something. So, like, how long have you been here?
For a while.
Okay. So,
That's the thing. You have to feel sorry for George, even though, like, classically, this is like every 1950s domestic violence situation to present, right? But in every other situation that you're familiar with, if you've seen one episode of Cops, it's I don't know. It feels so much sadder because in every other like DV situation where the cops show up and yada yada yada, like, we're not getting that head hanging out the window, don't touch my cigarettes, bitch vibe.
Right.
I think that's what you kind of want. Not in a sense that like you want more domestic violence and more. I mean, story wise, like fulfillingly, you want if the person if Sarah's going to be Sarah, you want George to match that energy.
Right.
Like that's the thing. Even though it's always I shouldn't say always. Most of the time, it's the dude that gets carted off. You still. It feels horrible, honestly, to have Sarah give her shitty story, also be like, I don't want to go to jail, and then to have like a tailor-made get out of jail free card, like crafted not only by Sarah, but like hand delivered by the cop to be like, what are those on your neck?
Yeah.
And he goes, nothing. I'd rather go to jail. Oh.
about so a while, like an hour or 2 hours? Okay. How long have you guys been dating for?
We've been together for 2 years.
For 2 years?
She said a year and a half. Is that
Are
true?
you guys still dating right now, or are you broken up?
Kind of.
And I work right there at Ace.
Yeah, he always brings that up. He works right there at Ace.
I want to have him ask the sex question. Have him be like, a week and a half ago. Ha ha.
What have you been doing since you got here?
Drinking.
Okay, so just spending time with her, and then all of a sudden she decided to run outside and call the cops? Why would she do that? You don't know?
She's nice, dude. She's nice.
Okay.
She's
That's
nutty.
fine. But
As you can hear,
Anytime I'm about to catch a felony unjustly by a fucking maniac, I just go, they're nutty. Right? Like the nutty professor, but she's the nutty straight A student.
Oh, yeah.
you gotta understand what you're telling me isn't really adding up. Because she
Because you
gave me
haven't
her
said
side
anything.
story.
what she said.
And she's saying that you're headed. That's all I need. It's because it's Florida.
Now,
Ma'am! I'm doing my job, okay?
Shut the fuck up.
You can sit
Smoke
there
your
and be quiet. I'll
cigarette.
go talk to you when I can. Every time you start yelling, you're interfering.
Come on, dude. Don't you want to just tell me what happened to your
Right?
neck so
He
I
gets all
can-
close to him.
she just snapped out of nowhere. She's mad because she took me out of the lease. She took me out of the lease. And I told these guys of the lease, like, look, I can't cash my check.
This is another reason why it's so hard to solve crimes. Because, at a macro level, all these people need to be processed and you hope everybody's competent. But on a micro level, when you zoom in and you go, like, so this technically qualifies as a crime. Will it be solved or not? Will it go into that statistic? I don't know. But when I don't know what the percentage of your day as a cop would be just hearing nonsensical bullshit stories that you just have to. And where do you draw the line as a police officer?
Right.
Like, do you listen to Jorge like blather on about nothing, drunken inanity for 10, 15, 20 minutes before you go, all right, you're going to jail. I've learned nothing. You've learned nothing. I tried to help your wife, common law, otherwise girlfriend, whatever. got you again. Like, hello.
I can't cash my check. What about her? So please talk to her.
Okay, so you can order and talk to her about cashing your check?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, you've been here for a couple hours. Okay, so what happened to make her run outside?
It's terrible to say, but I mean, she's not even good looking. Like, he threw his life away for this.
So Rachel, interesting point, right? Because we maybe you don't if you're not into the true crime thing like I am, but it just feels like at a certain level of society, like I don't like to pigeonhole people or whatever, but there are definitely, if not hard edges of classes, be it financial or however you wanted to, whatever. At a certain area of our culture, it's not so much about how you look or act. It's like what can be milked out of you.
Yeah.
And like, that's what this relationship is. I feel it's not one of rather like respect or love or attraction or whatever. They probably saw something in each other they could parasitize.
Yes.
And when they realize, it's like if two leeches latch onto each other in confusion, neither of them has any blood to give, then they probably get pretty pissed off at each other. But they're not living together. They just go their separate ways. Humans entangle each other emotionally and then latch onto each other's ass only to find there's no there.
Yeah.
And here we are. They go, well, each one of us will have $20 every other week. So if each of us can handle buying the Magnum dong-sized wines, we'll rotate and put up with each other. Also, the cigarettes.
The two leeches there needs to be. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a genius, right? No, I'm just good at metaphors. I'm moderately okay at metaphors.
Because I'm seeing cuts on you and I'm seeing bruises on her. But you're not telling me what happened. And you're the one sitting in the back of a cop car right now.
Right.
I don't even know what happened.
Did she hit you?
All the time.
Who hit who first?
This also might be another layer to this dynamic, right? Because if Sarah, and I do believe this is true, hypothesis only, but if Sarah can handle the booze better than George, and she just wants to wail on his ass because she knows after a certain point he's not going to remember. That's like, I don't know, like another. It's almost like it's a. I don't know. This is a bad metaphor, but it's like if you were to slip a Mickey into someone's drink at a party or whatever, so you could perpetrate certain acts upon them, let's say. It's the same thing, except you're not doing, like, whatever, it's the same violent act, but like Sarah is essentially greasing up Jorge so that she can fucking clean his clock, allegedly, hypothetically. She's convicted, but this is my own theory about her motivation. It's like, someone can't handle their shit, and that you love to fucking scratch and punch a bitch.
Yeah.
And he can't, whether he can't remember or he's just a beaten man who's just like, no, man, it's fucking crazy.
This cop is one step away from opening up a PowerPoint on victims' rights on his laptop in the front seat and talks.
Right, like he's gonna like slide into the backseat with him and like hold his phone as they watch like a YouTube video on like civics.
Take notes for the next time.
So she hit you first?
All the time.
But today. I'm talking about today. You don't know if he hit you today?
Yeah, I agree. He doesn't seem vindictive, but like and like that's another thing too. Like Jorge, when you see him in these videos, he's not like aggressive like Sarah is. Aggressive is what Sarah's every waking moment is. Like when she's sitting in court, not allowed to say anything but writing notes, she's doing it aggressively.
Yes.
And every time you see Jorge, he's just like, hey man, like, oh my God, like I can't do this. Like it's just the reversal of like the wife beater.
Yeah,
Like the wife will just be like, I don't know, man. Like doorknobs, you know. I'm 5'6", so of course when I was walking at my normal height, I hit my eye on a doorknob, which is typically about 3.5 feet. How did it happen? It was an accident. I fell down some stairs. And that's George. He goes, I don't know, man. Take me to jail again. Because I guess he also knows that she'll be there in a couple of days to bail his ass out. So
yeah,
it's not like he knows that he's going away forever.
Well, after this, he gets a no contact order, and then she is always calling him to come over, and then she calls the cops.
This is what culminated in the interrogation, right? They're like, well, why'd you keep calling him back? I love him, and all this stupid shit.
She has it.
She has it?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's always defending herself. That's the thing. It's unintentional, or she was defending herself.
No
Can
malicious
you grab his
intent.
ID for me?
There's her two friends.
No?
He said it's in the house.
No, I threw it in the bushes.
Where in the bushes? Because I need it.
And when? Like, if it was today, go to the bushes and get it. If it was earlier than today, why?
And also where?
And I get P.S. maybe she's not driving anywhere, and she's never going to get carded. I guarantee.
No, it's not hers. It's his ID.
Oh, his. I thought they were asking for hers.
No,
I thought she threw her ID.
No.
I go, yeah. But then that makes sense, right? Because, like, you know, she's a leather Muppet designed by Troy McClure's Muppet movie Madness. No one's going to be like, Sarah, do you got an ID? I got to make sure you're not under the age of 21, as if.
Again, there's a hole in the suitcase.
There's a hole in the suitcase. His arm up to the elbow and head were out, and he said, I'm going to kill you, Sarah.
Oh my gosh.
So I threw his ID into the bush.
And I don't even know where my dogs are.
I don't even know where my dogs are.
Yeah, because the door's left open.
Who let the dogs out, right, Sarah?
I don't have his ID.
Same haircut to this day.
Yeah.
God damn. She looks like fucking Mo Howard. Why do people pick these awful fucking bowl cuts? And I'm just like, well, yeah, one and done. Like, I understand why Jay Leno wears nothing but denim and makes it easier. He's got decent hair.
You said you threw in the bushes. Where in the bushes did you throw it? Could you please go look over there?
How thin her legs are.
So what's happening?
It's in the back of her car. You said he hit you, he beat you, you have a bump. Okay?
Oh,
She
yeah.
looks like someone they just dug out of a mine shaft and like gave a
Yeah.
Salvation Army t-shirt to.
I feel like these pink shorts are in a lot of the videos.
I don't have it. You can look up.
I could be wrong.
Look at her
Brother
rare
and his
faces.
ranting mother came over here, so it should be somewhere in here.
She got chipmunk cheeks. Should be right in this bush.
I love your flag, Sarah. Can you dig it out, bitch? Like you threw it in there. Oh, here you go, officer. Here is the bush in question.
I don't think he ever found them.
You need a warrant for this bush.
There's the item needed because it makes getting his information a lot easier.
Man, I keep wanting to look and see what that flag is.
I'm not making let's go.
Yeah, her signature shorts.
Friends.
All great crime stories contain a piece we can't wrap our head around. A gang shooting or embezzling money, we get it. But you get a Daryl Brooks or a Sarah, and we're like, yeah, exactly. She's
What
like the
are
female
you?
Daryl Brooks. Maybe not in scope of crime,
right.
but definitely in breadth of theatrics.
Yeah.
I already looked through here.
Okay.
There's Jeff.
I left him 3 weeks ago.
But this also isn't the first time, so.
Oh, the
With
faces.
both you guys, with the cops out there.
No. I've
Okay.
had to lie to you guys 3 times.
And you
tried.
shouldn't have to do that, so let's make this maybe the last
I
time.
just
Now
want
I'm not
to fucking
lying.
punch her.
And I appreciate that. Okay?
Now I'm not. Better watch your ass, though. I might do
She's
it
gonna
later.
ask him for a
They're
hug.
gonna come and kill me.
Oh yeah. Oh, this is they're gonna come and kill me.
Just like I told the other
I get called everything but a white woman by that family.
sheriff, they're gonna come and kill me.
Good.
I want you to know that. Look.
Oh my God, like not for nothing. So we give Sarah a lot of shit, but she is as fresh as a spring chicken in this compared to how we just saw her on the stand.
Oh yeah, she looks terrible.
She looks fresh out of the egg here. Like she looks almost human. Like she looked like a little pale, a little goblin-y, but like this is as close to a full-blown Homo sapien Sarah has ever been.
She's
like,
got that
canonically.
Yeah, she's got that Florida like humidity dew on her face. Like
Yeah, and she's got like that Irish, like get red instead of tan flush going on, which I'm sure is also aided by the alcohol.
Yeah.
Are you talking about family?
Yes.
So
I want you to know, I am full blown. They're gonna come and tell me.
I've got
Full-blown.
full-blown AIDS.
go down to the courthouse, okay, and get an injunction.
And tell them.
Drunk face bloat.
Did you get the pamphlet for the victim's rights pamphlet? Okay, so you know that there's a place where you can
They're
go tonight?
going to come and tell me.
Okay, so you got the victim's rights pamphlet, you know there's a place you can go tonight then? It's in the bed.
Domestic, I'm gonna go.
Like, how often are like crimes on this scale avenged with murder, right? Like if someone, like you send away someone for DV, like you're not out, like the CJ and G isn't going to show up at your door the next day and be like, this is for Jorge having to spend a night in a drunk tank, and they just like blow you away like RoboCop style.
For the house.
Perfect.
Neighbors.
Okay. Do you have any more questions?
They're going to come
Wait.
and kill me?
Can I get a hug?
Can I get a hug?
Oh, cringe. Oh my gosh, she looks like Gabby Hanna a little bit. I don't know if that reference sticks with you, but she looks like that, is crazy like that. It's crazy. Can I get a hug? Hey, brother, can I get a hug?
Just wait.
Oh, she tried.
I didn't tell her that.
Come on, man. You gonna fist bump?
They fist bump. She tries. She hugs his arm.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank you. Okay.
Okay. Have a good day, man.
And whatever the fuck he says,
Okay.
tell him to be a dick.
Nice. That would be my pass. Like the
Yeah.
last words. Can I get a hug? And then try to cling on to him like like a human drunken lamprey, and then be like, tell him to eat a dick. Smell you later, bitch. Then he's off into the night. Thank you, officer, for your service. Right, Thomas.
Okay. Have a good night.
Can I shake your hand?
Good night.
Right. So cringe. And she keeps like, oh my God. This is like in every rom-com where like, I don't know, we've seen it a million times in a movie where like a guy or a girl goes after someone in a bar and they're like, ah, they try to walk away and they keep going like, oh, you forgot your sweater or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, cringe.
Have a good day.
Ah.
So this is the other end of the body cam same day. He's going to take her statement inside. This old guy. Get a lot of his cheek action.
Sure. Just stay right there. Okay.
Old cops are so funny. Like the ones that, I don't know, this might just be inexperience because I'm not a cop, but like it seems like, to me anyway, like any other company or any other job you have, you get on the ground level, you're a beat cop, you're out doing your shit, then you like get good at it, go off to SWAT, become a detective, join a specialized bureau. Like you want to grow into and become more specialized, I'd imagine, or at least I would, right? In any business or company I've ever been, I've never like got in the ground floor and I go, cool. But it's so weird to see dudes like in their late 50s, early 60s, like close up to retirement, a la Danny Glover, who are still like wearing the blues, the blacks. They never got into anything like CSI related. They never specialized. They're just a beat cop to that day. They just like, they still have the same vernacular, but it doesn't have the same hard edge.
Yeah.
Like the new dudes who are like shaped like a V of meat and they got that tight hair and they go, oh, excuse me, sir, can you produce your driving qualifications, 10-4 and all this other shit. Old guys still do that, but they just go like the tiredness is in their voice.
Right. Hey.
Happening baked salmon, celebrity guest in the audience, guys.
Celebrity
Don't
guest star.
spill your drink on that guy. He will sue you. I'm kidding.
You seem like law enforcement.
You seem like law enforcement.
Don't leave.
Come on, let me call you. Let's get this done.
I happen to know law enforcement. Yeah, the police uniform usually
I'm
tips you.
not getting arrested.
No.
She asked this.
I can't believe I'm not getting arrested. That's
She
her-
asked this so many times.
Yeah.
I'm not getting arrested. I'm not getting arrested, right?
You know, in the late 80s and early 90s, we couldn't believe it wasn't butter. And here in the late 20 teens, she can't believe she's not being arrested.
You're not being arrested. So,
Okay, look, I'll come over to you in like 5.
come on.
In like
Thanks,
5,
buddy.
batch.
They know.
Oh my God, shiz.
They know. They know everything.
No.
They know.
Does she think she's in a play? They know. No, here's what she did. They know. They know. Are you... Who are you doing that for, Sarah? Me? If it was, I appreciate it. Jesus. Oh my God. She like, every time she turns around, she goes from like being a scream queen in a horror movie to like a carefree reveler on a beach smoking in a Newport ad.
Right.
She's always like, they know. Oh, it's so freeing to be at the beach.
Would you come in here so we can do your statement, please?
Get your ass inside.
Seriously, like, you don't even say hi to them. They know. Hi, just going in with the cop about the whole domestic violence thing. They know.
Thomas says, my dad was a cop for 20 years and never went beyond a patrol cop. The thing is, they develop a comfort with the guys around them. The work is easy, and if you get it just right, you get away with a lot.
Right. That's the thing. I'm sure. Like, I understand that on a mechanical level. There's just some people who don't want to rise above. But it's just bonkers to me that it happens so frequently, maybe. Like in a lot of these interrogations, all the old dudes, I don't know, in my head, when I'm thinking cop, you think new cop, like your, what was it? Holtzclaw, Daniel Holtzclaw. Like when he was a new cop and he's that huge buff dude, like most new cops come on the scene, they're like all tatted up, and I see that. But by the time you're seeing like Fat Detective a la Stuyven McDaniels, you know, the big gut, like sometimes, you know, maybe he's not doing as much running anymore. He just sends his pet trainee after him. I don't know. It's like Pokemon at that point.
I choose you.
Get him, rookie! And you just go, ah! Hi, Stuyven.
Wow.
I'm gonna shut the door, is that okay?
Sure.
Michael Britt Kelly. You like girls, Stuyven? I like girls, Stuyven. Why? See, you think that hair of yours didn't fall out? A hair is there. Stuyven.
You never thought I would do it.
Did you have...
Whoa, they got hubcaps hanging on the wall, or those like commemorative
plates,
like presidential ashtrays. Now I'm a little low key impressed about like the state of the apartment. It's not like a hoarder's paradise. It looks relatively livable.
Yes.
No, you're not getting arrested.
Well, they do chores a lot.
I fucking love that meme. Well, the one where he's like all the way back. Looks like their stereo is a sad robot, and I would be too living there.
Yeah.
To be a fly on the wall of this
I just
house.
need your ID.
Okay, look, I can write better on the couch.
I will give you the statement to write. I need your ID.
You guys have two mirrors on the wall next to each
I
other?
don't
It's
need to
weird.
fill this out. You can.
Again, maybe I'm just blown away by the situation, but like there's framed art on the wall. Like Sarah Boone lives in this apartment, and it looks like a normal person does.
I wonder if she moved into an already furnished condo.
Look at the two mirrors. Mustache cam.
Yep. Like, get to know that ear.
Oh my god. Is that it? Oh, there's the coloring book. Guys, the coloring book.
Whoa.
Exhibit A.
Oh man, they're gonna come up here and try to kill me. I want you to know that.
Oh my
They're gonna come
god.
up here and try to kill me.
Who's that?
His brothers and his mother and his father. They're gonna come
All of
up
them
here
are
and
gonna
try
kill
to
you?
Don't open the door for him.
Logical answer.
Hey. You can do like that racist bitch in Jersey did and just fire through the door and take a second-degree murder charge if you want, Sarah. Moron.
They don't go up there and rant and bullshit and everything, and then they cause too much, and then
Who's there?
I get complaints against me. Anyway, my name is Sarah.
My name is Daryl. This is my other brother, Daryl.
I'm showing this out just a minute.
What's your name?
Jeff, Deputy Brown.
Chip.
Jeff.
Oh,
Deputy Brown? Oh, Jeff. Okay.
he's like, shit, why did I say that?
God damn it.
Deputy Brown. Okay, Jeff. Thanks, Jeff. Really, Jeff? Oh, really, Jeff? Thanks, Jeff.
Jeff, can I have a hug?
Dippy Brown.
Did he get cut off?
Are you on Facebook, Jeff?
Do you have a phone number, ma'am?
407-716-8684.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
not getting arrested.
Nope, you're not. Did you do something you should be arrested for?
No.
You know what?
No.
No.
They know.
Maybe that's the chink in her armor, right? Is like that's the one thing we never heard in the interrogation. She never said, "I'm never getting arrested," and I bet she was kicking herself in that jail cell, being like, "God damn it! Every other time I said I'm not getting arrested, and I forgot this time. I had the list of questions.
Yeah, so
Above
many
all those
questions.
First one, I'm not getting arrested, right? Idiot.
For the last time I thought back.
Do you like drunk BJ, Jeff? Give me to Jeff Brown. Let's take that JB and reverse it if you know what I mean. Oh. My favorite Bond villain is Blofeld, if you catch me, Jeff.
I appreciate your offer, but want to get this done for you. It's a little more comfortable for me to stand and do this.
I can't tell you how amazing it is. Oh, wait, I didn't mean to say that. Sorry.
Okay.
He's gone. She's excited he's gone.
This is, okay. Oh, God damn it. Now I can't remember the dude's name. Daniel Wozniak, I think his name is. Daniel something or other. I want to say it's Wozniak, but whatever. He like killed his best friend who just got out of the military for like his $20,000 to pay for his wedding. And then he killed, her last name is Kibuishi, killed her as like a cover up. And he did this same thing. He fancied himself a fucking actor, and he was. He was like a stage actor in California. He couldn't make it on the screen of any kind. But like, he did this sort of shit too. It's just like, he was being accused of murder and like was trying to play like the wow, madness and insanity took my mind away, like the old Macbethums. And like he was dancing around the idea that he was about to get charged with murder, and so was like pulling out all of his acting chops. Sarah is like having George hauled away to be put behind bars in a concrete fart box for 17 hours.
Right.
And she's like, wow, we're like, oh God, they know, clever girl, and all this other stupid shit. And like, the stakes could not be lower.
Right.
Rein it in. Fuck.
You're right about that guy's name.
Thank you. Wozniak. Dude was a fucking maniac.
The car's still there.
Oh, and P.S. The Wozniak case is also like, you know how phone calls are recorded in jail? I don't know why I'm telling you this story, but you know how phone calls are recorded in jail? He calls his fiance and was like, tell so-and-so to hide the backpack that's got the gun and all the evidence. And he like basically reads a list over the recorded phone line. And she's like, I can't do that. I've got to go give that to the detective. And he goes, no, then I'm done for. We're on a recorded line. You know that, Daniel? He goes, oh, you can't. I'm done for. No. Yeah.
Well, not to bring the girls.
Hug, please.
All I need you to do is just print your name right with that.
No, she doesn't ask him for a hug. She knows better.
What happened today?
Let's hug everybody.
Yep, please.
Whoa, is that one of those, shit, now I can't think of the reference. Looks like one of those nightmare puzzles with Cenobites living on her desk on the coffee table. The two mirrors still fucking blows my mind. Well, there's not a mirror. Thank God. Okay, it's just a really reflective, like, Halloween jack-o'-lantern painting. The fuck?
So is this a husband, boyfriend?
Yeah.
Are you guys married?
No.
He just comes and hangs out.
How long have you been together?
2.5 years.
Was he drinking or anything today?
Yes.
Were you?
Both of you?
I had.
Okay.
Bless you.
That's all right.
One
Bless you.
Magnum.
I had one sneeze.
Just like you are, but
Okay, I need you to fill us in. Very nice.
it's all right.
Very nice.
I have a drink and some music and I do artwork.
No, nothing wrong with that. And who called
Nothing
the police?
wrong with
Did you
artwork.
call the police? Okay. Call 911?
Yes.
Very good.
I just have a few vodka tonics. Just loosen up, just relax after work. I just, vodka tonic, 2, 3.
Has this happened before?
3 times.
3 times.
Like, oh yeah, we read your statement, so you know kind of who you are and what's going on.
So 3 times the police have been here? Was there ever, was sheriff, were there reports written when they were here?
I'm not really sure about that. I didn't have to sign anything.
Okay.
It's not worth it. Okay.
Yeah, she can't get drunk. She doesn't want to get drunk. She's got to wake up in the morning and do activities. You know, it's like stuff for the weekend where you don't have to get up early in the morning. You can sleep in.
I'm not really sure what you're saying. I'm not too late.
What does it say? Can you read it to me?
Throwing me off the bed and beating in the head and stuff. Am I supposed to write all that?
Yep, everything that happened.
I'm supposed to write all that?
Yep, everything.
Even if it's like a lot, I have to write. I'm a straight A student. I don't want to write.
Can I do a paraphrase?
Hit head ow.
It's like chat GPT. Hey, what did Jorge do to me? Tell him.
There are children on the kind of house and they know who he is.
So what was your phone number again? 407?
716.
Just put that like a post-it note on top of the top paper, right? And you can always look back at it.
I'm not getting arrested.
Nope.
Still no, Sarah.
Out in the car.
God, talking to Sarah is like talking to my fucking 5-year-old. I don't understand why certain people can't take an answer to a question and need to keep fucking asking it over and over and over again to the point where you go, am I insane? Am I being low-key gaslit? Like when you ask the question, do my lips not move? Like you want to put your hands on your face and you can feel your mandible work as you say the words, but they don't fucking hear it. Sarah?
What's up, bro?
What's up, bro?
It is.
This is a different day.
Hey, Sarah, brah.
So what happened? What's going on now? Did this just happen?
Does it? It looks like he's got a tiny hand pointing like he's what the guy with the small arm from Scary Movie. He's like, "What's happening with you, Jorge?"
That's it.
No, that broke a TV's been broke, man.
I moved in, we dropped it.
Dropped it.
So who called? What's happening?
What's happening?
Hello? Like, you guys weren't pulled into an interrogation room. You called us here. So the question, who called us? It wasn't nobody.
It wasn't
It
George.
wasn't the ghost of Doc Brown when he traveled back to the 1800s.
It wasn't your deaf dog.
It wasn't your fucking dog. It wasn't Lucas.
He's not
Why
there.
are we here?
These cops should legally be allowed to sell her to Albanians for
Seriously.
whatever.
They're asking, not me.
They're asking anybody. Why are we here? Who called? Who called? That's an open letter, open question to anyone in the room. You and Claire included Gary, my coworker. Who in here called the police? Wasn't me. I'm asking the question. Probably not Gary. He's a policeman. Who did it?
Yeah, you speak to him. I'll speak to you, man. Come here.
It's the same guy.
So I'm guessing he's all for a reason, right?
24 hours.
It's got a cardinal on it, that flag.
Sarah is acting like I don't know. There's a character I'm thinking of right now, and they're in like the Borderlands video game. But like that, maybe it's like a little stereotypical, but like the manic pixie dream girl, where like she's just, you know, like ooh, it's the police, and then she's like, Arr! Like these are qualities, like if they were done in a man character, like in pop culture, you go, that's the most annoying fucking person on the planet.
Yeah.
But since Sarah's like jumping around with a little cigarette and like going like, ooh, tweedly dee, or like, I don't think so, mister. Like, They're
Like
asking
Andy
you, not
Dick.
me. It's like a fucking farce. Again, she's like, why doesn't she tout herself as a thespian of some kind? She obviously missed her calling. Like,
She had other things to do with. She was a straight A student.
Daniel Wozniak doesn't hold a candle to this bitch. But also, P.S., it is a bird flag. And now I'm on the wrong side of the fucking thing again. Hold on. You got to see this bird flag. No, I'll just do this. This button.
Is a bird a flag?
Yeah. Put a bird on it. Look, there's a cardinal. It's like with a titmouse. Others.
Yeah, but you do realize he's here though, right? Have you been drinking?
I had a drink.
I had a drink.
I did drink.
I love the drinky motion. Have you been drinking? May the record reflect you made the drinky motion. Bird on that.
Can't leave my partner in there by himself with
I don't
George.
want you kissing me without a witness, you fucking weirdo.
Titmouse.
For science.
Our son, his favorite bird, and he's got a bird book that he takes everywhere. And his favorite bird in the bird book is the blue-footed booby, and it makes me laugh every single time he says it.
I mean, I get it. It's a remarkable bird. I personally, in that book, if I had to choose, obviously flamingo would be number one. Albatross, strong second.
I'm gonna mime it.
See how she's transitioned from like stage actor to stage manager. She's got the cigarette and she's trying to like signal the actor on the stage, which is now the police officer. She's roping everybody into this drama.
So I watch a decent amount of TikTok, and I am one for like, oh my God, you paused at the right time.
She looks like a rain frog that's coming out of the ground after a year.
And I read a lot of like romance novels and stuff, and the way that this police officer is leaning against this house is like one of those like you see a guy lean against something and it's like
He's the
super
wrong
sexy.
officer. This is a Nancy. You stepped into a Nancy Brophy novel.
Ugh.
The wrong officer.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, officer. Want a really sloppy Blajinski? With that face? Tongue out like a... one of those cows you see on Fail Army licking their nostrils.
We left earlier.
Ow, officer.
We were supposed to your wish earlier, okay? But he's here.
At the faces.
The basketball hoop.
I know, right?
Je ne sais quoi.
Chef's kiss. But like, not you. Maybe again, this is a bad reference for those of you out there who don't know this, and I apologize. But if you're into lol cows, you might be familiar with King Cobra JFS, and if you're familiar with him, you're probably familiar with Naked and Laughing or Queen Cobra. She does the exact same sort of like zany pattern of facial expressions, like anywhere between like 3 and 9, like as you see Sarah's face swirling in this Greek mask of like comedy and tragedy. The wrong BJ. Yeah, it was Sarah. I've been a bad little Sarah. Are you studying to be a mime?
She doesn't. She wanted to close the door because she doesn't want George to hear what she's saying. She looks so skinny.
But you know he's gonna have to.
She doesn't want him to go to jail.
Don't call the fucking cops.
Correct. Because at this point he has the order.
Still got his little hand pointing the finger at Jorge. You, George.
I got to get out of here without no shirt, no shoes or whatever. And then you went to the judge, right? Yes. And what did he say?
Turn your radios down. All these goddamn videos.
Female? Okay. You don't know what she said?
Bloated lab frog.
Oh yeah, she does look like a specimen that like escaped the formaldehyde jar.
Yes.
I'm gonna level with you, Sarah. Has there been a crime committed here? Why are we here?
Why are we here?
Are we just here to talk about the price of Marlboros? Like what a Newport goes for on the street? Like what we had for lunch today? What's going on?
Yeah. Thomas says, I let my dad watch a piece of these videos, and as a cop, he said, you'd be surprised how many people just want cops to show up to threaten their spouse into being nice.
Right. I guarantee. And that's half of a cop's job, I imagine, is responding to people like this who have no power aside from this. Like, it's your last... Like, if you can't gain power organically, you do it politically. If you can't do it politically, you do it through manipulation. And at the bottom of that manipulation ladder is like calling the cops to solve your interpersonal problems. Like the successful Mount Everest people up there doing all that with their organic power, and they can get people to do what they want. And then there's Sarah right below like a rat turd who's got to be like, George, do the dishes or I'm calling 911.
And well, there's even like, and I would never do this to our son, but there's parents out there that will have cops come to scare the shit out of their kids for something.
Will lazy asshole. If you don't want to deal with your life because you've checked out, you call the cops. But that's the thing. Most parents won't even do that. Like they'll just whatever, and then they become murderers or whatever.
Well,
I don't want to belabor this point, but yeah, moral of the story is there's no reason for them to be here except to add evidence and background to why George is now dead.
Right.
No, this is a thin blue line.
Who put that fucking welcome pineapple there? There's a fucking bird flag and a welcome pineapple on the door. My God. Maybe Sarah is a straight A student. An A for effort in my book.
Another mirror.
There's a cat on top.
Any form of paperwork. I got paperwork, but I didn't get. What was that paperwork for? Paperwork was
What does it say?
It's amazing that criminals, here's the thing, the law enforcement and criminal justice systems aren't swift. So when you go, where are your papers, related to a crime? And then you go, well, what are they for? I guarantee you spent a large amount of time working through a system, talking to multiple people. Like if you're familiar with this channel, do you think Dustin McFetridge is unfamiliar with what's on his papers?
Right.
Kenneth Brinkman? You think any of those dudes are like Jeff Sokol? Like somebody comes in, like a police officer comes in. What's on your papers, Jeff? Mike Manzi. What's on your papers? Downward Dog? The fuck? 484. God dang. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah. It's extra psychotic to have those loopy font welcome signs in that crazy drunk household. It's a dollar store sign.
I know. Like they're good people.
Decent people. There's a pineapple and a bird flag, for Christ's sake.
Right. Like you walk, like ask my mom. She'll tell you I'm not a murderer. Look at the pineapple flag on my door.
They're honest people.
With who?
with her.
That'd be funny, like Sarah's lawyer, like Exhibit A, and he clicks the thing on the slide projector, and it's the bird flag, and it's all tagged and shit. He's like, could you see someone who puts a bird flag in their yard killing someone like this?
But she never said anything like that. It was just the judge that put it.
The judge is what matters, right?
Is it?
Yeah.
Hey George, why do you think we're here, buddy? Like, I'm just curious at this point. Why are we here, huh, George?
He's the judge. He's the law.
Oh, he's like one of the three branches of government: legislative, the presidential one, and judicial, executive.
Executive, yeah. Sorry.
I've been through jury selection enough to I've seen, and plus I took government in high school.
Yeah, criminal justice.
Presidential, judicial, and legislative. Ugh. I think we have that fan. Gross.
The leaf? Is it a leaf?
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe not in this house, but we used to have that fan. I feel disgusted
So,
for it.
here's the deal, man. Your paperwork says that you can't have any contact whatsoever with her. Okay? If you do, it's a new charge. Okay?
Your Honor, I don't mean to sway the jury, but this hanging there cat calendar was found in Miss Boone's home. Now I ask you, Your Honor, is this the wall decor of a hardened killer?
I know, Tony. I know it's executive, not presidential. Yeah, but like, yeah, maybe, you know, that poster, I go either way, but a whole calendar of hanging their baby cats, like that's 12 months of not guilty.
Yeah.
So,
I like contact.
I like contact.
have you been drinking today? Have you
I
been
get
drinking? Okay. How long have you been here since?
You know, here's the thing, Tony. Not a lot of people know this about me, but I'm the same way about venomous and poisonous. I try to
It's
keep
true.
that close to the chest.
But he doesn't
it
do a very good job.
fucking bothers me a lot.
I'm gonna be honest.
I'm being honest.
Just being
You
honest.
guys came here.
I was going to shave her down there, Your Honor.
She called me.
We know. Because we went to your work of employment. And they told, and they told us that you just left. Yep. And we knew that she called you. We knew that. We knew she
We're
called.
here because we knew that she called you to come here and then called us.
She called me and said,
Yep. You're correct.
So what are we doing here, guys? Like,
They're
at
gonna
this
take him
point,
away.
Like, we're all on the same page, and we go like, well, yeah, and that's the thing. When you're in this situation, the letter of the law, like the letter versus the spirit. Speeding, you can get off because they'll give you a warning, and they say, in the spirit of the law, slow the fuck down. The letter says, slow down, I should give you a ticket, but I'll give you a mulligan. But like, even though George was lured here, baited, if you will, by a decoy, it doesn't matter because the law is against him. And you can't be like, oh, we'll give you a mulligan because, like, technically you're not supposed to be here. Like, that's an injunction. And now they got body cam footage of you being here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was a trap. Sarah set the trap, built the trap. You watched her build the trap. She said, come step into the trap. You said, you got it. You stepped into the trap. She called the cops, springing the trap, and here we are.
Yep.
Okay, so you know what's happening, right?
yes.
Okay. Set up.
No part of this
Set
were
up
you
for
ever
anything, we'll
ignorant
not
to.
follow.
Please?
Yeah, we'll not. Go ahead. Yeah, just put it out real quick.
You're smoking inside? Come on, George.
Wait, no, why?
No!
Why? But why?
Why, Sarah? Why?
Right, you promised.
David Attenborough should narrate these videos on how Jorge was preyed upon by this creature.
There's an AI, sorry to digress, but there's an AI narrated, like David Attenborough's, like Planet Earth.
Oh, we saw that. We
But it's
watched
all
it.
cut around Cyrax, the lolcow.
Yeah.
Hilarious. So if you're looking for something that scratches that itch, I can tell you it's out there. It's not for Sarah, but it's for someone equally as tragic and hilarious.
He hasn't murdered anybody though.
I didn't call.
Allegedly.
Didn't say you called.
Is this big?
See, I told you.
But did you call him earlier?
Huh?
See, I told you.
What?
Did I call him earlier?
We know the store told us.
I told you. Wait, is there anything that you do?
You're good. You can stay right there.
Don't call the cops if you don't want them to arrest someone.
Yeah.
But that's not, hello, like, is there anything I can do? This is the thing. It's like, this is a little bit of, maybe it's Munchausen by proxy? No. Maybe? We're like,
No.
like, so Sarah is the mom, like, that made Gypsy sick.
Okay.
So Sarah is the one who keeps, like, getting George in trouble or making him sick so she can, be his salvation and make him better. So I think it is Munchausen. Like, she is making him an intentional perpetual menace so that she can be there to be like, yaha. Whereas, like, Gypsy Rose's mom was like, oh, you've got cancer and we got to pull your teeth out. Maybe a little Christian. But yeah, it's so, it feels like exactly that. Where, like, every time she calls him over, she's basically lacing his food with mercury. So she'll have to, like, sweat over him in a holding cell to be like, oh, the pain and pity of it all. Don't take him. I love him. Oh, you know.
Yeah, Rachel also thinks she was starving him. That could be.
Probably, but like he was the one with the job, and like he could have gone to Publix to get a sandwich at any point. So like at a certain age level and maturity, like he can sneak out to get some Taco Bell.
Right.
Like people on diets cheat all the time. I fail to see how like Jorge couldn't sneak over to a Del Taco or some shit. You know what I mean?
No, it's not.
Also, yeah, if you like mead, follow that link that Matt just posted.
Sorry, we haven't done a video in a while. There's a lot going on.
He had a job at Ace Hardware for a while, so he could have at least been like, you know, on his break.
Yeah, they gotta have snacks at Ace Hardware, like at the cash register.
But if that is, if she did have, and I'm willing to buy it. I'm not saying I don't believe it. I'm willing to buy it because like she does have. If she can get him to go like, there's visible blood running down my neck from cuts, I don't want to talk about it. Then yeah, maybe she would be like, don't eat, Jorge, and he'd be like, okay. Yeah. Magnum bottle's still good.
Yeah, but you need her for anything? No, we don't. We have her information already. So here's what's gonna happen, bud. You're gonna take the ride back down, and because it's almost 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you're gonna see a judge tomorrow morning. We'll see you today. It might be the same judge that gave you no contact order. Okay? That's it. From here on out, bud.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, he kept like, yeah, the very Shonda Vander arc, right? Like, yeah, any time, unless you're talking about a child, I don't buy it.
Right.
Like child metabolism, like, because I was that way when I was a kid. I ate all the time, very thin. Like when you're an adult, you can't be like, oh, they ate like a horse and they just withered away like fat people do all the time. They go, I eat nothing and I'm still so fat. Like we all have eyes. You can't be like, oh, George ate like a horse. No, he's going through no growth spurts and he's a fucking skeleton. He's not eating.
Yeah.
I also don't believe the fat person who's like, well, I only eat once a day and it's always like the size of a thimble. Really, because your ass speaks volumes louder than your mouth.
Until that case is resolved, you cannot come here, okay? Or have contact with her, even if she invites you, okay? She calls her, holds you guys had no contact order, okay? She don't want anything.
Why is it his Ace Hardware shirt too? Damn.
He loves his Ace Hardware shirt.
Okay, so, all right, bud? Just make sure he's got nothing on him.
I know him. Yeah, we know that, Sarah.
This is the same cop as last time. They know.
You're the guy who rejected me for the hug, huh? Things changed about that? See, here's the thing. To touch upon Rachel, too. Yeah, some people will eat and be fat young, right? I was fat. I saved that until I was in my 30s. That's when I was fat. And I realized, oh, I can't keep telling people I eat healthy when I was a huge fat ass. I had to take personal responsibility and burn some of that shit off. But, like, that's the thing. I'm just saying, in this situation, you can't look at reality. You can't look at George and take Sarah or Shonda, you know, any of these people at face value. Because, like, what type of, like, when she's like, oh, he just wore baggy clothes all the time. I didn't want to look at my son's penis because he's 15 and I thought that was weird. It is weird, but like, you don't have to look at his penis. You can see his body. Like, and plus, whatever. I don't want to talk about Shonda Vander anymore.
You did it.
I love you. Thanks for calling the cops.
You
Have as many
bitch.
of my cigarettes as you want, bitch. I'll bail you out for the crime I called upon you.
No.
George.
Can't look at her read Frankie's kid and see he's possessed by the devil.
All right, man. Just give me your
Shut up, babe.
I don't know.
I don't know who this guy is, if it's their landlord or like.
He looks like the Culligan man. Like maybe he's just coming over to be like, hey man, what's going on?
No, he's like writing stuff down.
He's obvious. Like, why would the Culligan
Right.
man be there? It was a joke.
So the domestic battery charge that he got hit with last week or whatever it was, he was.
Right, so many, and that's the thing. Publix shows up in so many places, and like, because whatever. Not to like add more to this, but counterpoint, or rather bolstering my point earlier, because in the interrogation footage, at least is where I know it from, they have the video evidence of George going by himself to Publix to buy a bottle of wine. So he was able to sneak away. So the fact that he couldn't like run to a vending machine to get a pack of rolled gold pretzels or some fig Newtons or whatever, he just seems like the type of guy. Like, here's the thing. Full disclosure, if there weren't someone around here bothering me about eating, I would do it a lot less. And I probably wouldn't look like I do. And, given Sarah probably doesn't give a single fuck about George, if he just doesn't eat, like, you think Sarah's going to go like, hey, babe, you haven't had anything to eat in a while. You want like a plate of sausage and spaghetti or something? No. She's going to go, hey, George, go get your fucking Ace Hardware check and get 2 Magnum bottles so we can get drunk. I can pummel you. You won't remember, and you can go to jail. It'll be our normal weekend affair.
Yeah.
I don't think he maybe not snuck away, because Sarah could have been like, go get a bottle of wine. He'd be like, aye. But again, it's a complicated situation.
No contact order by the judge. Okay, whether she invites him or not, I know he knows he can't be here. So he was here this morning.
Right, Rachel. That's what I'm saying. Like he's probably like me and was just like, as long as because when you're drinking, well, that's the thing too. When I drink, I get hungry, like the munchies. And why doesn't he do that? But then again, if you're always like on a liquid diet, he's probably shooting like milk chocolate out of the back of him. Like they probably paint their toilets every day with a fresh like coat of bear. Because like, hello, you're taking in nothing but liquid.
She called us this morning. Okay, he's now back. And he knows by the
The interrogation video took place in this documentary.
That'd be funny.
Yeah, there's in Florida. There's equal, like if you get arrested, there's equal chance you'll end up, if you're going to be questioned, back at the precinct or like in one of their specially designated Publix interrogation rooms. Because hello, fucking Joel Guy Jr. Anyone who's ever murdered anyone east of the Mississippi goes to a Publix. So they're just like, well, let's just save the police some time.
Yeah, he gets when he gets in. Well, if you have a piece of paper real quick, you can get it for me and we'll give it to him. You don't know your mother's phone? She had. If you can get it real quick, we'll give it to him. You're not getting it.
Hey, Sarah, did George's family kill you last time you did this? I'm going to pull that one out to trot it in front of us again, you stupid bitch.
I think this is like 3 days later from the last one, too. Like,
right, three days, because she's gonna pop him out as soon as she can. Like like he said, it's 2:00. They've got to get him in there. Can't be seen until tomorrow, which means that it'll be at least another day before they can probably get him out, like with all the paperwork and post processing.
Yeah.
So like. It's like fucking Irish twins. She's getting him out as quickly as she can send him in.
Yep.
Right back into Publix.
Publishing from folder OCSO 19-078.
Just 4 3/4 folders to go, people. Buckle up.
009. First item is a PDF of photographs.
This is a link to my YouTube channel. Sarah Boone's a murderer. There's a pasty turkey leg. She had a fidget spinner. That looks like she joined the Pen 15 club. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hello, there's the balls. Oh, yeah. Oh, George, what did he do to cause this injury? He slapped his little dick on your wrist? Not to disgrace the dead, but what the fuck are we looking at? Oh, 1,000%.
Yeah.
Jesus, what's that?
Sarah Boone's eyeball. He goes so fast through these, like, his throat feels like it's
this all
crooked.
came from the curtain rod incident. Oh yeah, for white collar crimes, they have the champagne interrogation room. Where, like one of their like public sommeliers from the wine bar walks in and like, little Bordeaux for the room. Chianti.
Yeah, I thought you looked familiar.
Because the last time I was here, you guys had a fight at the bar.
Yeah, we've been out here 113 times, Sarah.
No,
Or he came home from a bar. Someone came home from
It's always so dark in their apartment.
Who's this? Jorge, George?
Yeah, what's up with the morning?
Jorge Georges Jr.
She's dead. Can you just be
She's dead.
No problem.
I'm a whore.
There's the pink shorts.
Like George looks like he's in a spotlight at a cosmic bowling alley. What the fuck? It looks like, doesn't that look like there should be an Alanis Morissette video or a TLC video playing in the background on a projected screen?
Yep.
Some stars and some sparklers going on.
Go, sis.
Okay, come on, George. Off the couch.
Ooh, with an oddly large baking area. They're just coming through with cookies. The detectives.
No, they're not staying on there.
Okay. I know you think this is playtime. No.
I know you think this is night time, George.
No, baby.
Sarah, are you serious?
Yeah, someone being punched in the neck.
Punched in the neck.
He tried to put his heel in my face again, officer.
Got that fidget spinner to the arm.
Are you kidding me?
Told you I will not.
I mean, this is the only stable, reoccurring event in his life. Like,
Right.
this is as if, like, a kid in elementary school, like, when the bell rings to go to the cafeteria, he goes, "Are you kidding me?" Like, this happens so frequently. How can you be shocked by it? It's like stepping into the bathroom to take a leak, and as your piss hits the tank or the toilet, you go, "Are you kidding me? I'm doing this again." Ugh.
Cool.
Alright, come on in. Because they're all outside.
This female police officer is really annoying to me.
Ma'am, you want to get your ID from me?
She is always trying to
The pink shorts again.
I know. That's what I said before.
Sarah, oh God, I keep bringing it up, but Sarah's just a lol cow. Like, lol cows don't change their clothes. They're constantly getting entanglements with the police. That's the thing about this. Like, if Sarah just had, like, an internet connection and a YouTube channel, she would have just been like King Cobra JFS and everybody else, like, milking pay pigs and, like, drunk and fighting with George safely, no problem. Because there'd be a live stream on 24/7. They'd both be dancing in front of the camera to get their pay pigs to do their shit. Like, what could have saved George's life would be just, like, taking Sarah's love of dramatic acting in front of any audience and putting it on the screen here like I am.
Yeah.
But that's not the world we live in.
Did you have a wallet you want to bring with you or a cell phone? No. Okay. Sarah, are you serious?
Sarah. They got the pineapple on the door and everything. It's paradise.
I just can't believe that. Like, every time we see inside of their apartment, there's not like Miller High Life bottles anywhere. There's no Tall Boys. There's no Chelada cans. I don't see, like, there's nothing apparent. I don't see any big Magnum bottles or any bottles of any kind. It just looks like, do they just hide it all? Like, allegedly, and whatever, if anyone sees this, a plausible deniability, because I don't know. But, like, my uncle is one of those drinkers. I'm not going to say he's an alcoholic because I can't confirm anything. But, like, you'll never see him drink, but you'll always see him drunk.
Yeah.
Is that this situation? And those type of people also are confusing because as you become inebriated, your standards start to slip. So there's the fact that, like, people like my uncle or Sarah can, constantly appear drunk, but you never see them with anything in their hand. Like, that takes a certain type of dedication and skill that, again, is just like,
yeah.
Sarah, the straight A student, always drunk, never see a bottle around.
Yeah.
Fucking bird flag, fucking pineapple.
Rachel looked up the. I was gonna say she's a little OCD. You're right.
Yeah.
She goes, I look up the rent on that condo complex, dirt cheap, and there's a pool.
George, I want to talk to you.
What's dirt cheap for Florida? Because, like, that's the thing. State to state, it varies wildly. You say dirt cheap for Florida or in general. You know what I
I
mean?
have some questions. Have
got you in handcuffs, so I've got to read you something real
Fat
quick,
people
okay?
I
You
never see
understand?
eating.
All right.
I don't know any of those.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say will be used in a court as evidence against you. You are entitled to talk to an attorney now, have him present now, or at any time during questioning. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you without cost. Do you understand these rights as I've read them to you?
Every time.
Yeah. Yes, bitch.
Okay. At any point hereafter, you wish
$1,300 a month for a 2-floor, probably at least it was at least a 2-bedroom condo.
Yeah, that's not bad.
With a pool.
I guess, right?
Yeah.
Like, and a pool, yeah. Like, I wouldn't pay $1,300 here in Arizona for that shit. Probably $1,100. That's not much of a difference, but like, we're not near any oceans.
It's true.
remain silent, have an attorney present, all questioning will stop. Do you understand that? So even if you want to talk to me at first and you change your mind, just let me know. Okay? Alright. Has anyone at any time threatened, coerced, or promised you anything in order to induce you to make a statement?
My favorite part of these Miranda rights is that specific statement, because I can see it being worked in at the interrogation stage, like you get to a detective.
But here it's just like they're
it's
coming.
so fast. They show up, they get yanked outside, and they go, has anyone coerced you in that 8 meters we've covered? Like, we walked over a little bit of grass, and I want to make sure that when we were passing through the yard, no one sneakily told you to tell me something or they'd kill you, right? No coercion as we were walking in handcuffs to this car from over there.
Have I promised you anything? Have I bribed you? Have I
Oh, you
said,
promised me
hey,
a
tell
Subway.
give me a statement? Has any of that happened?
Did I ever touch your cigarettes, bitch?
Do you understand these rights as I've read them to you? All right.
So, do you want to run around in circles for about 20 minutes, George?
So, what were you two fighting about tonight?
We weren't fighting at all.
Okay.
Yes,
What are you
we
fighting?
fighting.
I'm gonna take that in there so that.
This is the worst part of this video. Instead of the state having the other cop's body cam footage, maybe he didn't have his thing on, I don't know. They have hers, and she goes and sits in the car filling out stuff, and we can hear George talking to the cop outside of her sitting in this car filling out this paperwork. I cut a lot of it out.
Yeah, maybe that's another thing about, these body cams too, is like if you just forget to turn it on and whatever. Circling back to the whole vibrating thing that I'm sure some cop representative put in, like once that becomes the norm, you just tune it out.
Right.
Like that's the thing about humans is like if you make something annoying that you can't not deal with, you tune it out.
Yep.
So all the time, is your body cam? I've seen a million pieces of footage. I hate body cam footage. Where it goes, your body cam on, you turn your body cam on, you go, oh, I forgot. How do you forget? Like every 2.5 minutes, it's like rocketing your chest back and forth.
Right.
So that's the thing. You tune it out because like you're wearing 900 pounds of gear and a bulletproof vest and shit, and you go like, when you're asking questions for the millionth time about why there's a curtain rod sticking out of George's head, you go, huh. You're not going to pay attention.
Sarah, stop calling for it. It's not welcome down there. You know, but I'm
It's like a cocktail napkin.
I know why
Yelled Sarah
try to get a
times
straight
2.
story. You don't want to give it to me. I'm saying this straight, please. You have your chance. All right. I've tried. All right. And now that you're going in the back of the car, you want to give me a story. It doesn't work that way. I do nothing but polite to you, trying to talk to you, trying to get straight answers, and you're beating around the bush. I'm not.
He's simply getting.
Yes, ma'am. Do not start kicking and banging on things, okay?
Sarah, what's your phone number?
And, okay, this is what pissed me off a lot about this police officer. What time is it up there? Midnight?
30, yeah.
Midnight 30.
Midnight
And
30.
she is yelling out of her cop car, Sarah, what's your phone number? Meanwhile, there's a fucking condo.
All right, but like with all this going on, do you think that anyone is getting any sleep?
I don't care. She should have got her out
Everybody
of
is
the
at
car.
their window peeking through the blinds because like this is the most Yeah, it's probably the most like this is a rerun for them. It's like when I pull on an episode of TNG, it's not going to be new. It's the same old shit. They're just like, oh, yep, back at it again. It's like watching House. You know, they're going to, have the certain beats. They're just waiting for like shoving popcorn in their mouth, waiting for George to go like, all right, take me away. And they go, that's the end of the episode.
Still annoying.
Everything about this is annoying.
Thank you.
The pin top in there. Oh, here's more pictures.
Brilliant.
He has a hard time with this PDF.
Oh, ugh. So greasy. It's like your face is made of a pumpkin lasagna. Hey, it's me, Sarah.
Hey.
Domestic violence victim. Yee-hoo.
I bet she has the pink shorts.
Bingo.
So, I think this is the last video, and so they're locked in, or she's locked out of her condo. Somehow, the back and front doors are both locked.
Brenda's a new sleep paralysis demon. Is George just asleep?
Well, when they find him, he's hiding in the bathroom.
How ironic. Hiding in the bathroom. Not the shower, though.
Is there a back door or a side door?
Listen, I don't underestimate the appeal of a nice pink short. They're typically filled with a nice juicy ass, right? That's what you like about the shorts? Like, when I walk by a store in the mall and I say pink shorts on a hanger, and I go, whoa, and do a double take, right? You want to see some fucking ham flaps in there.
Yes.
Sarah don't have any flaps to ham.
Well, thought that was open for a second.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
You guys don't have a fucking hide key? I mean, you have a fucking pineapple and a bird
She said they
flap.
do have one.
Well, where is it, bitch? In the bird.
She'll say it, I think.
But we're so far, like, at this point, she's locked out. She knows where the hide key is, so she waited for the police to show up and them to look around before she's like, oh, wait, hide key.
No, long story short, she thinks he has it, and she has to have Brian come and unlock her door for her.
That's the thing. That's the only time you're vulnerable for people stealing your hide key is the people you tell.
Yep.
And George,
he knew where it was.
it's an inside job. Follow the money.
The back's locked. Anyway, you want to call your ex-husband? You have a phone?
I've got a little resin ghost that says I'm here for the booze, and it's got huge tits, and we hide the key in it. It's missing, Your Honor. Your officer.
Basketball hoop's gone.
Well, Lucas slowly tapered off because at least according to Brian, is like after a while he
had to call and remind her,
so
or make sure that he had somebody to pick him up.
It's probably sitting in a pawn shop, and there's a liter and a half of wine sitting behind that door somewhere, and a Dr. Pepper.
That's not to say that he's not in there, just because the doors are locked.
Yeah, this is weird. Flash is weird this whole time.
He's inside?
Yes.
Okay, well, we need a key so we can get inside.
It's just George flipping.
I believe it's probably a couple of things. It's probably the auto ISO of this particular device trying to find cohesion in the scene. Technical jargon, I know. But it's probably, if that's an LED light, it might be out of phase with the frame rate of the material. Again, tech jargon, don't worry about it.
And if your phone's gonna die, there's a charger in back on the back side of the porch.
Really?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for telling me about my house, honestly.
Appreciate it. So when she calls Brian, I could just picture what he's, or like.
Hey.
No.
So yeah, the light is actually blinking. What's up with that?
I think it's just George.
I thought it was like slowly phasing in and out because that's weird.
House is not coming to the door. world, but you have my spare key. I can't get in. If there's no other way of you getting in my house. Unfortunately, can you please bring me my spare key?
Sarah, it's 1:14 in the a.m. Call a locksmith.
Well, like, does he live alone with Lucas? Is he leaving the house with Lucas still in the house
Hey,
to come
rouse
do this?
11-year-old Lucas from his bed. It's what, like, yeah, run around. You just leave the house with an 11-year-old? I'm going to get a babysitter this time of night? Hey, bitch. Like, that's the thing. She's like, hey, can you just come over and do it? When, like, you don't understand the trials and tribulations of being a fucking adult. Your OCD can keep your house clean, but, like, the responsibility of, like, hey, it's 1 a.m. I know you're only 5 miles away, but you have to tangle with another human being. You can't just, you know, what's the legal term for it? Like when you leave, neglect? You can't just neglect them and leave them unsupervised? Are you fucking kidding?
Yeah. Wait, I'd never have the ringer on if Lucas was with him. Yeah.
Yeah. But where else can he be, right?
Where's he live at now?
I'm sorry?
Is that you said that's your ex?
Last night, I don't stay.
Oh, perfect. In and out, no problem.
Yeah, I love inconveniencing people who are close. If they're far away and inconvenienced, oh, God, what a pain.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you.
No,
Is
thank
your,
you, officer.
is
Can I
your-
get a
Can I get a hug?
You think it's your ex-boyfriend, is that correct?
This is my place.
Okay. What? Your boyfriend or ex-boyfriend?
Why does this guy keep turning his flashlight on enough to check out this window? Like, is he expecting something sketchy to happen at it?
He's waiting for George to look out of it. Or to, like, wake him up with the flash. He's probably going up to the top and looking at both windows because there's windows right above that one for their bedroom.
This kind of reminds me of a funny story. Like when I was little, we would spend the night at my grandma's house. She'd pull out the hide-a-bed that was in front of their back door that was like big and just like 4 glass doors wide. But they had like those white wooden shutters that would close them all. And so like one night when I was sleeping over, I had a flashlight and I made it look like I'd seen in the movies, like when a burglar looks around a house, and I made it like I shone the flashlight around like as if I were a burglar looking for someone. And I'll be damned if the next morning the neighbors behind my grandmother called them to be like, hey, there was something suspicious. There was a flashlight moving around your house. Were you robbed?
Wow.
In a million years, I never would have suspected, because I was just fucking around. I go, I'm a burglar. And they fucking ratted me out, those fucks.
Here's the rest of last week for back to you.
You guys actually want to take a picture right here? You can see that.
Take a picture of my
Hell
ear.
yeah, I want to take a picture of that ear. Sarah? Thing's killer.
Hell yeah.
Maybe there's a loose neutral in that porch light. I'm still theorizing. Loose neutral will do that. Don't ask me why.
Wow.
Don't ask me why, Stephen. George!
He's coming in, George.
Really bad nerves.
How much have you had to drink tonight?
2 drinks.
Oh, this is the one she had too.
Just 2. Whew.
But like 4 hours
Set it
ago.
up. You don't think policemen have noses, Sarah?
So what's the layout of the house? Is it both floors? Is this part here? Or is that so these 2 windows right there?
The only cops in the area that have never been to her house before.
What kind of vehicle does he drive?
He don't drive one. He takes my car to Publix to get more wine.
Got that sweet Huffy.
Oh yeah.
If you got her my dog, she's I had to define dog and a dead dog.
Oh, gotcha.
So I have a feeling it's probably text.
I don't know, like the more we watch it, like half of me goes like, why do they want to, like any policeman involved want to like take their time and spend as much of it with Sarah as possible? But then again, I like the other half of that coin is like, you might rather be here where you know your life is not in danger and sort of milk that instead of going out and like answering another call where you don't know what's coming. Like you go, oh, thank God it's just Sarah again. Let's just hang out. Like we'll knock on the windows. Like why is it so pressing? I understand she's locked out, but after like Brian was called, they go, whoa, now we got to haul Jorge in again. And they go, All right, this is golden time.
Does he have anywhere else to go? Or is this the only place he has?
He has his parents' house.
Where's that
I mean,
at?
he'd be there, but I called him over. So.
It's on the street next to where the street is. You know where that is.
Oh, gotcha.
Guys, can I say something now?
Sure.
If both doors are locked, he has to be in there.
No shit, Sarah.
You can't lock it from the outside?
No.
Doesn't he have a key here for you though?
Unless he took my spare key, which I'm pretty sure he probably did. He has to be in there.
If he took his...
Especially the back door.
She just...
Is the spare key, was the spare key in the house?
So now here's my question. She's like, he's got to be in there. So she's feigning ignorance.
Yeah.
The cop is not asking this question. Okay, Sarah, where the fuck were you without your keys? Like you left the house without a way back in.
Right.
So you went away long enough that someone, hypothetically George, came and stole the key, and he's either in there because he's locked it, but since he could have the key, he just locked you out as like a prank.
Yes.
But again, Sarah, where were you just now that you're in this situation?
Not a clue. Never
She
comes
was
up.
in there with him, is the point.
Well, yes. But they don't ask her.
Yeah, like, this is why these guys never going to make detective.
I headed outside because he locks me out all the time. So I'm going to say that then.
I'm going to say that then.
He has to be in there.
I'm like, hello.
Can I just say, I'm not going to get arrested.
Hanging out here.
I'm not going in there.
I am not going in there. My own house.
He's an animal. Don't want to tangle with Jorge.
There's no weapon. There's no weapon.
We got a bat.
Ask for minimum. Ask for minimum.
This little Kurt Cobain-y. He doesn't have a gun. What happened, though, right?
That's
Reference building search.
I know. County 124, Charlie.
Yeah, Sarah will not shut up. They're trying to just like make sure that they can legally get into her
Can we get
house.
minimum traffic for a building search?
But she won't shut up.
Everybody make announcements?
Yep.
Wait. So they have the key now, right?
They have the key. Brian Campbell gave the
So they're
key.
checking legally? Like, because Sarah can give, like, her name's on the lease. George isn't.
I know, but there are whatever policies and procedures. He'll say it. We have procedures that we have to follow before we,
That's so annoying. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Because, like, I've seen, whatever. Municipalities are different. Yeah, Jorge the Puerto Rican pummeler. Yeah, that was his pugilist name when he was on the hobo circuit.
Man, we have a way to do things. Just let's do our thing, okay?
Ma'am,
Shut
PS, shut the fuck up. I'm a cop, and you need to shut up because you're drunk as hell, okay?
Why'd she have the bull? Why'd she have the bull?
Why did I have the bull, Bart? That's what I'm saying. Simpsons did it, and no one's asking Sarah. Why are you outside, Sarah? How did you get outside without your key? Why do you have the bull?
Sheriff's office. You in there? Come on out.
Pow, 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 pow.
Sheriff's office. You in there? Come on
Check
out.
out the amount of plants.
It's a crazy plant lady. Well, she can't take care of cats. And they're all fake, I guarantee.
George.
Or do you think George is a little bit like Mac and me? Like every time he sneaks in, he just grabs all the plants from outside and like... You guys seen Mac and me? Is that a good reference? Dropping a deuce in the back.
Yeah. You got a ton of plants on the right side.
They got a ton of plants.
That's when you get that stairwell, just fuck your... Yeah.
Just fuck your... What? When you hit that stairwell, just fuck your mom? Gary.
Gary.
I haven't been this tense since I played Alien Isolation.
George.
George! Mr. Burns?
If you're up there, let us know. Because we're coming up anyway.
In the bathroom.
We're coming up anyway.
Maybe we should hit some lights? Like, do you just feel cooler using the flashlight on your
They
gun?
must.
Sorry, we have to follow protocol. We can't turn on the lights legally
No lights.
in this municipality. Remember when like policemen had flashlights that weren't on their guns, so you didn't have to like search a place like this? You know what I mean?
Open door right there.
Because it's just George.
I think that's the kid's bedroom. Okay.
Hell yeah, he's playing hide and seek. That's the whole point of the game. She started by locking him in the house. Then she went to a smaller container and a smaller container until we ended up in the suitcase. It was a Russian nesting murder.
Just get that
Wow.
I got it. Someone come in and bring you going that way?
Just turn the lights on, guys.
Boy! Show your hands. Come on with your hands up. George, step out with your hands up.
Put your hands behind your head.
Put your hands in the area behind your head. Damn it.
Turn
Anywhere.
around. Face away from me. Turn around.
Don't look
Walk
at me,
back to me.
filthy animal.
Walk back. Walk back.
Is he shirtless? I thought he was wearing like a yellow tank top.
He's shirtless again.
I mean, even the silhouette, he looks like a stick figure, and this cop looks like the Hulk.
Yeah.
Like, here's the body mass of this cop, right? And here's George right here. See his little arms?
I think George calls him a beefcake at one point in this
Can I
video.
have a hug, dog?
Huh?
Officer Beefcake?
I'm not speaking here.
Can we hug this shit out, bitch?
Sit in the bathroom. That's what?
You're going to jail again, George.
And 154 Charlie 1 Golf. 10 mils, go back to normal.
Hey guys, can I?
Before you go, we're not doing anything right now. Alright, we're not even taking out a room. I'm gonna sit you down in the bed right here.
Okay.
Turn on some lights,
They're
dude.
gonna.
Alright. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
What happened today? Got a light in here?
George looks like he got pulled out of a sex dungeon in which he'd been a prisoner for the last 18 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just gotta pull the thing?
Yeah.
What happened?
Like every other fan. Cool. Click.
I
I don't know if I get jurisdiction for this, but I'm going to risk
I'm
it.
doing it.
Oh, he got a rip in his jacket. 30 days unpaid leave.
don't know
Oh
what the hell.
There's a reason you're hiding the bathroom, so.
my God. Look at all the fucking cheesy. Ola. Like, do you think any of this is live, laugh, love?
I'm sure.
This fucking Pier 1 art?
Don't act like we're not up here for no reason.
No, I know
Probably
that.
part of their arts and crafts.
I'm not here for no reason.
I am in the bathroom because we had a discussion and as usual, and I am in the wrong.
Dude.
As
goddamn,
usual.
George. That is so fucking depressing.
What?
I am with what is it called?
No contact orders, trying to remember.
It's called
No contact for me.
no. But we
How long have you been here? How many days since you got released? When did you get released? Because you were arrested last week, right?
Yeah.
Alright, when did you get out?
Last week.
let's say 3 days ago or something like
It was
that.
on the weekend?
Yeah.
Today's Wednesday. Or was it Monday? Or was it?
Again, here we go. This is legal Munchausen by proxy.
Yeah.
Like, she got tired of him not being sick. Time for the cops to come. Oh, poor George. Come back. Repeat. Like,
This weekend or was it Monday?
The weekend.
Okay. After that, did you guys talk and come back here? And yeah. This weekend?
Yeah, of course.
And everything was fine between you two? Till tonight? What happened tonight?
I don't know what happened tonight.
don't you?
So your cops stand in front of you. You're hiding in the bathroom.
Yeah, I know that.
Thank you, man.
That's not for no reason. Right?
Wifey is nuts, and she always freaking starts stuff, and she.
So that's what I'm asking. I'm telling you what happened.
She puts it on me.
So, but here's the thing, right? Oh my God. I know we all feel sorry for George, but like he's an adult, and the fact that he keeps coming back, it's like what I talked about earlier. Like Sarah, if she had the wherewithal to remember what she was like not the wherewithal. Maybe what is it called? The self-awareness, let's call it, because like her narcissism has her trapped where she can't see the error in herself because she's too busy recognizing it in other people. George is in that same situation where like I'm feeling a little less bad for him in each encounter, because he goes, again, I can't believe this. When, like, of course, again, and yes, you can believe this. Like, it happens so often. Again, it's like the only stability you have at this point. So I'm feeling less inclined to be like, George, you poor dude, when it's like, if he does have a family super nearby and he has literally any other assets to exploit or resources out there, he should be taking them. Because literally anything would be better than this revolving prison door situation.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, you know, that's the thing. You don't want to blame the victim, but when they keep walking back into, you know, whatever, it's like building yourself that meme alarm clock that wakes you up by slapping you repeatedly over and over and getting harder and harder. But, like, not for the meme.
Right.
You just have an alarm clock that slaps you and causes you physical damage. Yeah, I'm not saying I don't hate her, Rachel. That's the thing. I'm not giving anybody any, like, slack. Maybe I'm getting less sympathy slack to Jorge because, like, Jesus Christ, dude.
Okay. She puts it on you all the time. None of that gives me any insight as to what happened tonight. Nothing. That's
two things that everybody needs: self-awareness and insight. You have to know how you act and not bullshit yourself, and then you have to be able to take that and learn from it. And if either of those don't work, then you're George or you're Sarah.
You're vague. She's very vague. You're very vague. Any more than vague. What is she being vague about? I can't discuss what she's discussing until you discuss to me.
Tell me what she said.
I know I'm being vague, but what are the things that she's vague about? I can't tell you. It's too vague.
Right.
Can't get a straight answer about shit. She's too busy, like, doing her little Shirley Temple routine and then morphing into Klaus Kinski.
No, Sarah can't read the room.
We just want to hear your side, but everybody wants to hear my side.
Everybody always wants to hear your side. They practically feed you a defense, George.
Right.
It's just you're too stupid to, one, not come back to a toxic sludge puddle, or two, even take the thing that would get you out of the situation now. Like, it's not even a long-term fix. Like, this will solve a problem or two right now, and you still spit in the face of that advice.
Yep.
Okay. Because this isn't the first incident from you. No, I know that. Been arrested as well.
Oh, you know that too?
Okay. So tell me what happened. You all drinking? Yes. Okay.
Duh.
Yes. Okay. I can smell alcohol on her.
Oh.
So I know that's.
But she had only 2 drinks 4 hours ago.
But we've been going through it a lot. Right now, I work at Ace right here across the street.
So here's the thing. When people say that, like, it's always an excuse. I don't care if you're a fucking TCAP predator, to a murderer, to someone who just, like, steals chapstick. The excuse is always like, oh, I'm going through a lot, or I'm going through a dark time. I've gone through a lot. I've gone through dark times. I've gone through every excuse that these motherfuckers trot out. And, like, in shades that I'm not willing to express to you because we don't know each other that much, but it got pretty dark. And never, ever, ever did I do something out of character to the point where it was illegal, right? Like, I never met a 13-year-old on a Whisper app. I never suitcased anybody. I never garroted someone and threw their body over, like, a bridge abutment into a river. I've never done any of that. I've never used a mental instability moment to, like, commit a crime or use it as an excuse if I did commit a crime, which I never have.
Right.
But it's the number one answer in the fucking book where it's like, I'm just, you know, I'm really stressed right now, so I threw a gun in a dude's face for a pack of Marlboro Reds. I'm really stressed at work, these deadlines and all this crunch. I just had to get with someone who was under the age of double digits. You know what I mean? No,
Right.
never.
He never got angry with her. You're right. Like, he doesn't. There was a video that.
He's a beaten man. He's
Yeah.
a beaten dog.
There's a video that I didn't do, or that I didn't record. But it was a video where Sarah's recording it. She comes out of her bedroom. It was, I don't know what time it was, and George is sleeping against the door. And so she's berating him. I told you not to come up here. I wanted to go to sleep. Da, da, da. And like every time she would kick his ass back down the stairs again, like make him go away, she would say something.
Right, because
he'd turn around and come back up the stairs again.
That push pull, and so if it's still hard to wrap your head around, think of it like this: like when the ASPCA raids a house and find animals on the property, you're going to find one of two things. The animals that are super aggressive because they took so much abuse, they just expect it and are now looking to kill anything as recompense, or the ones who like fall down and piss themselves and are completely afraid of the world. And that's what George is.
Yeah.
George went from, probably a functional human being. We've seen the pictures of him before he met Sarah, to like this, where he's just like a mangy pit bull who like you can count their ribs from 40 feet back.
Yeah.
And you want to feel bad. But in that case, like the pit bull didn't keep coming back. Like, that's the only thing is like, yeah, he is a neglected, mangy, malnourished, neglected disaster, but he's there because he wants to be at the end of the day.
Right.
Please have some water.
Just wait. There's a.
Just wait.
You can't
No.
take that for right now? Oh, you can't come in here for right now.
Well, is there a Dr.
Okay,
Pepper in
you're
there?
gonna have to wait. Give us a couple minutes.
Did she
5 minutes.
injure you today? Did she hurt
You see my pink shorts?
you?
Oh, wait, sorry, they're on as usual. Just kidding.
Mentally, maybe emotionally, or whatever? Any physical injuries? No?
Is there anything on you can hold against her, George? Like, seriously?
Anything?
George, you're the only one saying that. Yeah, I say that.
I'm always the one.
But you're the only one saying that. Nobody here's saying that. But if you don't help me, how can I help you? If you don't tell me what happened, how can I help you?
Woodbridge shirt, man.
That's my woman.
Still, I can't believe like no one makes the jokes of Boone's Farm related to. I've done it a couple of times,
Yeah.
like, but I don't know if they. But yeah, Boone's Farm. It's a layup. It's gas station wine. Probably doesn't come in Magnum bottles.
Sometimes that's what it is. Is that as much as you want to give me?
What's he saying?
George, it's okay. I can't say that. If you're not going to tell me what's something, I can't. I'm not going to tell you what she told me to say.
Hello?
I know exactly what it says. I can't feed you information.
I get it all about that.
Why is there a policy?
Why?
Oh, thank God.
Why not?
Would you call him? Would you call?
Look, I've never been in that.
I know, right? With the chest. And I think she did that same trick too, right? Like she was like, they denied me my Dr. Pepper, and I was so thirsty, and like, imagine like there's a corpse in your house, and like you're like, but my lips were so chapped, and they wouldn't allow me those 23 delicious flavors. You know, I mean, sure, George is a purple corpse, but
So thirsty. It's like the Sahara.
That is your beefcake.
Ain't like that.
They just called them a
My girlfriend's
beefcake.
mom, she's crazy, so.
I am. What am I gonna say? I'm actually wrong right now.
here's the thing. I'm going to float this to you, and I want the opposite answer, because I think that if they did this like as a movie of the week or whatever, like Netflix got a hold of this and they did like a televised version, a dramatized version rather, I think Oscar Isaac would be great as George. Who would play Sarah? Tilda Swinton? Oscar Isaacs probably fucking nailed it as George. Great actor. Who plays Sarah? Tilda Swinton, maybe. I'll take your answers though.
Typing
You're
square.
wrong.
Anybody?
Yes,
No matter what way you're saying you're in the wrong, no matter what way you cut it.
no way, shape, or form, you know that I am.
I can respect the responsibility because most guys won't even take
You're
responsibility.
gonna take me in no matter what.
Maybe a little bit.
I mean, unless you follow the roadmap we're chiseling before your very eyes for you, but hey, whatever.
Well, they have to take him in regardless because of the code. He can't be there legally.
Ooh, Lupita Nyong'o. We'll see.
Take girls with you all the time.
We'll see.
That better you all the time.
No, you're gonna take me in because I did the no contact.
And by we'll see, I mean I Googled it. No fucking way, dude. What a hilarious joke answer though, Thomas. Thank you.
You know what that no contact said? Yeah. What is it?
I can't come here.
It means it says I got
fucked.
I love that. Like he couldn't remember what it was. He's like, I gotta know. You know what it means? It means I got fucked. Awesome response.
What are you not supposed to do? Oh man, you're the one that took me.
I think Rosie Perez should play Sarah in the televised version.
She's got range.
I think
She's
That wasn't me.
I mean, whatever. This isn't. Renee Zellweger. Yes, maybe Charlize Theron even. But I don't want this to turn into like a Marvel Cinematic Universe situation, Tommy, where like Nick Fury is now played by Samuel L. Jackson, whereas before he looked like your grandpa with the salt and pepper hair. Yeah, Renee Zellweger.
Yeah.
Put her in a little age makeup. Maybe you don't even have to. You know who else might? Because she gave up makeup. Pamela Anderson.
Ugh.
She gave up makeup and she could step into being a Sarah Boone easy. But like Charlize Theron was, what's her name in Monster? God damn it, what is her name? I always blank on these like super infamous criminals. Oh God, Eileen Wuornos. That's who it is. She did a great Eileen Wuornos, but yeah. She still looks good.
Pam Anderson doesn't have the body of Sarah Boone.
No, obviously. I mean, but just like without any makeup, I could see.
Charlize Theron is what.
Yeah, didn't I say that? Charlize Theron played Eileen Wuornos. She's the murderer. But yeah, she did it like, makeup and prosthetics. Fucking Tilda Swinton played an old man, and Gary Oldman played a midget, and he played Churchill. I mean, we have the technology, is what I'm getting.
I don't work this side. Yeah. They're not. They're a little similar. They look a little.
Our hairstyle's the same.
Yeah.
They're all like joking around. They're gonna get him dressed, and
I mean, at this point, like you can't, like we're doing it now. Like the horrifying reality of the situation is this cost this man his life, but we only can deal with that for so long before the rest of reality seeps in. You go, well, here we are again, and we're all just sort of like, yep, it's me, and there's you, and obviously you know what the thing said, and we got to go through this song and dance. Like,
No, I promise you, I would remember you. It's not me. It wasn't no contact.
you could probably end this if you wanted to, because it's just them talking, and then they help him get dressed. They pick out his clothes.
yeah, I mean, we get what's going on here, and like, yeah, that's the thing. Ryan posted in the Discord, there's a picture of Pam Anderson. I'm not saying she's like bad looking, but she's of the right age and era where you could throw her in as and she's not a bad actress. I mean, you guys probably saw Barbed Wire.
Yeah,
I know. I'm not. Obviously, no one's gonna make this fucking movie. Like Oscar Isaac isn't gonna like answer his phone and be like, "Yes, of course I'll play Jorge Torres Jr. I was Apocalypse in X-Men End of Days or whatever." I know she's in her 60s, but Sarah looks like she's in her 60s. Like we're not dealing with the spry Sarah of the earlier Bodycam. We're now dealing with real life. Maybe there'll be a couple of actresses like the Bodycam Sarah and the jailhouse like swamp hag Sarah. Get out of my swamp, you kids. You know what I mean? Well, that's that. So that's all of or not all. That's the choicest cuts of all the.
Kevin Bacon could play her.
In like a Dustin Hoffman Tootsie situation, I wouldn't like. Here's the thing: any and all I would take, right? Because I know it's not going to happen.
Right.
But we're in that playful scenario where, like, yeah, I would love to see pick any two actors, and I would say yes to it, probably. Like, if you were going to say, like, hey, we're shooting it, and it's going to be like, capitalizing on the big fight. Like Mike Tyson is George and Jake Paul is Sarah. I'd watch that too. I mean, be real. Would not be me.
Oh, Gary Busey to play both Sarah and George.
Yeah, in a classic. What was it? The twin movie where not sister. The Parent Trap.
Parent Trap.
Classic
yeah.
Parent Trap. Gary Busey is Jorge and Sarah. I don't know though. We'll have to see.
The Odd Couple. They're the Odd Couple with the theme song and everything.
The original Odd Couple. Yeah, there you go. So there we are. That is a little more context in case you were just a little on the surface, like a lot of people. But like, excuse me. Yeah, I know a lot of people. This case went big. You know what I mean? Like we're living in an era where that is just happening. There's so many huge cases going on right now. Like the P. Diddy thing is going ape shit. The suit, I think her name was Susan Smith, and her whole parole thing. Sarah, we just had Daryl Brooks. I want to check in with Matt Koberger because he's a fucking monster. There's got to be something coming out from that eventually. Because like what? But like, you know, it's in a time where like it's easy to lose context and lose a lot of the details because you're not privy to it because like some of it just isn't released. But thankfully, we have this cornucopia of history.
Thankfully, Florida lets everything come with.
Yeah, and that's the thing about it is like there are
Almost.
but like you can do that here too. Like we've watched Bullhead City stuff where like all you got to do is just file the right forms and it's freedom of information. Like most of the time, what keeps us from learning the most of it is like they can't televise or record courtroom proceedings.
Right.
But that's just where we are. A little more context, a little look into the life, like the Groundhog's Day melded with like Nightmare on Elm Street life that they had together, where you wake up into another nightmare, and in that nightmare you're also going to jail.
Yeah, I'm gonna try real hard to record record her sentencing. It's on the 2nd, so I have to give myself a calendar events
so
to record it.
We'll probably be revisiting Sarah at least once more. But in the meantime, we're probably going to go over Mike Manzi's new released HD footage that Chris Hansen put out on True Blue.
Hilarious.
Oh my God.
I didn't know the amount of douchebag he was until I watched that yesterday.
Jeff Sokol's interrogation, which I did with Baked Salmon, by the way. If you want to check out Jeff Sokol's interrogation and processing, I did that with Baked Salmon over at his channel. Check that out. Oh, here, if you want more TCAP stuff, he and I did the James Roush chat log reading, if that means anything to you. But definitely Mike Manzi is coming up next. Then we'll probably hit Sarah again. But more true crime stuff to come. I appreciate everybody who came here tonight and everybody who'll come here in the future because for some reason people are now interested. That makes me a little worried. But here we are. Enjoy it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. We'll see you coming up on Wednesday. We'll have more vintage, either training or commercials.
Do spaghetti.
But you know, Friday is always...
I made some spaghetti, but I dropped some sauce on the floor.
Good. Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
You know how we do it. Friday, true crime, etc. That was not the... This is the spaghetti?
I made some spaghetti and I dropped some sauce on the floor. God!
There you go. You know, we make some spaghetti, drop some sauce on the floor. We'll see you on the next episode, guys. Thanks so much for showing up.
Bye.
Or they try to.
Fistful of Podcasts Radio.